Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. You can't go one man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but man's keep walking. Yeah, just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Let me ask you something. When is the summer over?
When the kids start having their photos posted on IG because they are going back to school.
There you go. I agree. I think summer is over when kids go back to school. Greg, do kids go to school in the summertime?
They do not. I can tell you officially when summer starts and ends. Summer is June 20th through September 22nd. So we are officially in summer.
That did not go the way that you thought it was going to go.
It's summertime.
What a twist.
It's summertime.
Were you doing the math in your head whether we were still in summer?
I mean, I'm just.
What a swerve.
I'm trying to be fair here. I'm trying to be fair.
All right, so you're not wearing a wig somehow, though. This is the most embarrassing fit you've had on your head. all
Why? What's wrong with this?
Dude, I don't
It's
know.
a good-looking hat right here.
I never
It's
understood.
the flex fit.
The,
It's the
the
flex
backwards
fit, yeah.
flex fit is insane. I don't know how you do it.
Flex, you mean
The stretchy flex fit hats.
Well, you can't have the backwards hat with the
snapback?
Oh, that's a good
right,
look.
with the
The snapback,
Yeah.
that is the look.
Then you got the deal sticking out.
Yeah, well,
Now,
you don't have
I
you
don't
don't have
because
the deal.
I'm lacking in that department these
Yeah,
days.
but if you're a full-headed bald dude like you are, that works too. Everyone, it's implied.
No,
that
you want
got
some
nothing
hair,
to-
though. I'm with Zaz on this. You do want some hair to pull off the backward snapback.
It looks best with hair, but
that forehead in between is not a great. I trust me, as the entradas, I have a lot of forehead on the. I don't do the backward snapback.
Oh, I think having the hair sticking out, I think that's a weird look.
Well, plus
Buddy.
you have the hat low on your forehead.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it's just over the eyebrow.
That's my look.
no.
Yeah.
The issue is it's cop behavior.
yeah, you look like an
Really?
undercover
Like if you're
cop.
driving next to me, I'm like trying to make sure that I'm on the up and up, make sure I don't look at
I'm
this
looking
guy.
like a narc.
Yes, you look like this is a sting operation to find ticket scalpers.
Right.
And you're holding two fingers in the air.
You should be walking through a high school hallway right now, pretending to be the hip senior.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to be bullied into changing my look.
No, this is your look. It's
This is my look.
undeniably
We're just
Zaz.
telling you though.
All right.
Of course, we're showing Fuentes now with his backward snapback. Yeah, it's a
Hey,
good
he's got
look.
and he's got the deal. I don't know.
good.
He's got a good lid.
But like even with Chris though, you're wearing the fitted hat. You can throw the fitted hat around, and we know okay, fitted hat.
That's a grandfathered look. Chris Cody and Fred Durst, they can do that.
Yeah, I like how Chris looks. Like he just turned it around.
This was my look at the beginning.
I like that look.
I switched the hat around probably like 6 years ago.
Look at that. That's nostalgic for me right there. That's
Yeah. Sign
like
of
Griffey Jr.
maturity.
taking BP right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, me too. I look like Griffey Jr.
No, you do not.
yeah.
Oh,
You
You
know
should
it's
do a
ill-fitting.
goatee
Okay,
like
good.
Ken Griffey Jr. Like you should save the sides, come in tomorrow with a goatee, maybe dye it black. Then you'd be not looking like a cop.
Yeah, definitely not looking like a cop that way. Maybe some sunglasses. Definitely won't
Yeah.
look more
Oakleys,
like
they have to be Oakleys.
Yeah,
though.
Oakley's wraps.
I dare you to turn your head around right now, because I've never seen you with a hat with the brim forward.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that. Hang on a
Okay,
second.
hang on.
That's no big deal.
This might look better here. Let's see.
Yeah.
How you load up?
You still look like a cop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I look more like a cop
That's
now.
just his face.
I look like a crooked cop.
Yeah.
But we like those.
Yeah, down here
Don't
in
let
this
us go.
town.
It's my
Don't let us go.
Come on.
All right. Well, I'm going back to my look.
Okay, patent pending.
They both look bad.
All right. Well, summer's over. Hope everyone enjoyed the.
That was a hell of a run, Zaz.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good run.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
nice.
All
really
right.
ate into our wig budget.
Those were wigs?
Can I tell you, yesterday I got a ton of messages on social media Instagram, Twitter, with people thanking us as a group, thanking us for the PSA of turning off the location services, this new feature on Instagram. Now, Greg, I'll just ask you. You got the gram?
I'm on Instagram, but not actively.
Okay, so you're probably okay.
Yeah. Others do that for me.
But Tony wasn't here yesterday.
I have no idea what's going on, boys.
Okay, well, we're going to help you out now, man. I got a ton of messages from people yesterday. Zaslow, thank you so much for telling me about this. I'm turning the location off right now. On your Instagram, they instituted a new feature. I think it was like 6 or 7 days ago, where there's you can click on a map on the direct messages, and on the map it shows, like, go to your direct messages on Twitter, and one of the features up top will be a map, and you click on the map and it'll show you where every one of your friends is located in the moment, including maybe yourself. And not just like what city you're in, but it'll take you to the direct address, like to your home. It's essentially like Google Maps, and you could see where the person is. Who the hell needs that, right? You don't want that.
I don't like that.
You don't like that? Of course you don't like that. What
Invasion.
are you? Yeah, you don't like that. So everyone in this room was shook, yes, especially Jeremy. I was really upset. He was really shook. And people were learning. Everyone in the room, look, Greg, everyone is double checking right now.
I'm checking
to make sure that they don't have this on.
You checking, that's funny.
What am I looking for? Like
exactly.
A map logo? What am I looking for?
Yeah, just go to Google and put Greg's location and turn it off.
Zaz, I will say I haven't updated the app, though, the Instagram app in the last week or so.
So you may
you're
okay.
I don't have it. I don't see the map. I'm looking through like my DMs with Lewis, and I don't see anything.
Okay. All right,
so I
maybe
may be
you're
off
okay.
the hook. But the thing is, if I update it, then all of a sudden, then it shows up.
Well, but at least you know now. You know, you got the heads up. That's a hot tip right there, all right? You got the hot tip to turn that off. So I got a ton of messages from people yesterday who were so grateful that we put this PSA out there.
Wow.
Greg, you don't want people to be on, like, Instagram and they're friends with Greg Cody on Instagram, and then they see where you live?
I don't want my relatives and friends to know where I live.
There you go.
But I've said before on this air, there's no privacy anymore. Everybody's looking at all times. Everybody can find out where you are. They're tracking your car. I mean, it's like Big Brother is watching. That was a fortuitous novel generations ago, and it turned out to be true. Everybody's watching us.
So it was a little bit scary yesterday, but I feel like we helped people out that if you don't want to be found, I don't want you to be found.
Right.
That's what the bottom line is. Jeremy, you have a gift for Greg Cody today?
I do. We had a fun conversation on the show the other day where Greg revealed that his first date was to Pizza Hut. Yeah. And he sat on the same side of the booth as his now wife, Arlene.
Was that a planned move, or was it like when you were walking up to the booth and she sits down first, of course, because you're a gentleman,
right?
And you're like, you know what? I'm just going right in. Like, was it a planned move, or it was just on the spot?
It was me trying to be romantic, trying to do the right thing. I barely knew her at this time.
So you're on the outside, correct? She sits down and you pin her in.
So I'm trying to think in a split second.
So get up in that microphone.
I'm trying to think in a split second, what would she want? Like, what should I do? Because I was flummoxed.
So when you were thinking, what would she want, your thought was me right next to her.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that we couldn't look at each other and talk. We had to go like this and talk to each other. And since then, she was polite on that date. I don't think she mentioned anything.
Yeah, she makes fun of him to this day.
Oh, after the fact.
Anytime she sees like another couple doing it, she's like, "Your dad did that on the first date with like a weird."
I know. I mean, we learned to laugh about it, but at the time it was pretty awkward. And
ultimately,
and we've never
Greg,
done that again. Never.
Greg, it was a huge story. It impacted me. I was really moved by this first date. And so I was scrolling Twitter. One of my favorite accounts is Shirts That Go Hard. And there was this little beauty that I just felt I had to get for you. So, Greg, with the Pizza Hut logo, it says, biggest slut at the Hut.
Wow.
And this is just for you. I'm going to go ahead and walk it into the studio
Look
if
at
you
that.
want to throw it on.
Look
this
at
is
that.
a gift from me to you.
For Greg.
Cody.
Not for
This
Arlene.
is for
Okay,
you.
You're
I
not
wanted to
calling
make sure.
Chris's
No.
mother a
No,
slut,
I'm
right?
calling
what it
Greg a
kinda
slut.
came off as.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Greg, you ignorant slut. Biggest slut at the Hut.
Like
Like
this.
Cody. I'm
Nobody.
going to bring this into you. This is for you. Your size and everything. I reached out to Christopher.
Nobody
Come
else
bring that in
thinks
here.
it's a
Come
slut.
on. Let's
What
go.
an honor.
Look at that. A big
my
shirt. It's got the
God.
Pizza Hut logo. Could be a little copyright infringement there. I'm not sure.
Don't worry about
Don't
that.
worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Copyright.
Oh, there,
There, you're good.
You're
You
good.
own it.
You
Wow.
can use that now. Don't
That's
worry.
yours.
Pretty
Playa.
good.
Good move. Good
No
value
infringement.
Look at this. Thank
Look
you
at
so
that.
much.
Greg, you got to put it on like the guys at the Heat games where they put the jersey on over the shirt. You got
Yeah.
to put it on over that
go.
shirt. So you have
Like
the
over
collar.
this?
Yeah.
Over the headphones too.
So you have the collar coming out of the shirt.
Okay.
When's the last time you were called a slut, Greg?
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever have been.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Isn't that a word applied to women? And
What was your
Whoa.
okay?
I'm just saying.
What was your sluttiest
Equality
year?
here. All right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Men can be sluts.
What was
too.
your sluttiest year?
When I dumped my longtime girlfriend to pick up your mother.
Whoa. Hey.
What is long time?
I've been dating
Talking
her
to them.
several years. I've been
And you
dating
dumped her
several years.
specifically because you wanted
Yeah,
to.
I was smitten.
How about that?
And my future wife also dumped her boyfriend of long standing.
So you
It was
both
quite a
cheated.
scandal.
You can't hear
Yeah,
me
was
right
this
now.
before or after the Pizza Hut situation?
I don't think
can't
Greg
hear
can
us,
hear
yeah.
you.
Well, it had to be after,
Was this
right?
this was before or after the romance at Pizza Hut?
Before.
Before. Okay.
Wait a minute. So you went on a date with mom before? Wait, let me wait till he puts
That looks
You
damn
went on
good
a
on you,
date
Greg.
with mom before you officially broke up with your ex? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I think we'd broken up first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was no like who cheated more, you or mom?
When you were
Well,
together.
we were cheating with each other, so it's like a tie.
That's what I mean. So you
Tie
both
goes
were
to the
cheating.
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
The two biggest sluts at the
Yeah.
Hut.
Yeah.
No, it was controversy at the time.
Wow.
Who
Yeah.
did you almost get into a physical altercation with her ex?
No, but we actually became awkward friends.
I know. Didn't he like visit us once and like slept
Oh,
at our
yeah.
house?
Yeah,
that
and-
was weird.
and-
I remember thinking that was weird. At like 18, my mom my ex boyfriend's gonna be staying with us
Right.
for a couple days.
And right after the breakup, we were both tennis players at the time, and we played tennis.
For mom?
It was a real challenger's moment.
The guy and me.
No, for mom. Like you played tennis.
No.
Was it doubles, singles?
It was singles, and I
Swap
had already,
partners,
I had
or-
already won your mother.
What surface?
It was a hard surface at FAU.
Of course it was.
And it was, but he hit a hard shot that hit me right in the private region, and for years, like I was worried that it was an issue down there because well,
For
I-
years?
What made you think that, Greg? What made you think
For
that?
years?
Were things working all right? Everything was coming out
A little
normal?
painful?
Was this intentional?
there was a time when
Yeah, did the ball hit you on a bounce or straight?
it hit me straight.
Also, maybe you did it on purpose.
I'm not alleging that, but I am implying it.
Did it
Pre
hit,
Christopher, post Christopher.
so it'd be
Oh,
pre.
pre.
Did it hit
Oh,
the twig
wow.
or the berries?
It hit the berries, and
That's why he's worried. That's
For-
why he was worried for 10 years.
for a couple of
Yeah.
years after that, one berry was noticeably bigger than the other,
Really?
which
Okay.
concerned me. But I had it looked into, and it was okay.
Barry
Doc
Bonds.
said everything good?
Yeah, Barry Bonds. Well done. Yes, so everything's good. Nice shirt, though. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Jeremy is so thoughtful. What
Thanks,
a
Greg.
wonderful
He
person.
gave you a shirt that's calling you a slut.
I know, but still,
Nah,
it's a
it's
thought
to
that counts.
celebrate the moment.
It's fun.
I'm still confused about this dynamic in this relationship. So there's just a sleepover one day.
Yeah, why did he visit us?
Because your mother has continued
An open relationship?
Yeah, whereas I and my girlfriend have not continued. I've Googled her occasionally, like I know
Is she still with us?
she is still with us.
Is that what you do? You Google exes just to make sure you're doing better?
No, not to like where is she living? What's she doing? She's got two grown
Check her
daughters.
Instagram
and-
now. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do that kind of thing.
She got a
yeah.
podcast?
No, she's the only one in America who doesn't.
Are you doing better than her?
I don't know how to define better.
Yes, you do.
No.
Well, you have a podcast, she doesn't, so.
Well, she worked at a prominent Southern university. Had a good job. I don't know whether she's still working or retired. That's how old I am.
You should get her
You-
as a
you-
guest on the Greg Cody Show.
Oh yeah.
That would be weird.
No, we should
Yeah,
actually.
we haven't spoken.
Or
in
mom's ex.
40 years.
Mom's still close with her ex, so we could have him on.
Well, he would be on. Yeah.
That doesn't bother you.
On what?
No. No, it doesn't bother me in the least. He's a nice guy.
How many Green Eyeshade Awards does she have?
I don't know that she's won one. But as Le Batard casually said, I forget whether I won one or not. Did I win one or two? And turns out he won two to one-up me. That's okay. No resentment. No, it's all good.
Biggest slut at the Hut.
Why did they make shirts like this? What does this even mean?
I don't know.
Is that
People
like a-
will buy
Well, it's
it.
implied.
I don't
what
think
it
it's
means.
very
Yeah.
deep.
Shirts
like,
that
I
go
don't
hard.
think-
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
know what it means.
Yeah.
Like, there's not. You don't
but
have
is
to
that a
think through
no
saying?
nuance
Is that
to
It
a
is a saying.
It is?
Yeah, all the kids are saying
Yeah.
it these days.
Biggest slut at the Hut?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's on TikTok.
Pop culture lexicon fixture.
Wow. I didn't
Messing
know
with you.
We're messing. I've never heard the phrase until I saw it there, and I find
Okay.
it contextually supplementary.
Right.
But that's yours now. Now you have to be careful how often you use it because I don't know if you heard, maybe it was when you were taking your headphones off, Billy owns the rights.
Yeah, but it's okay. I granted it to you. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Don't
You
worry.
sure? I'll have you sign a disclaimer after the show.
You should take a selfie and send it to Erlene. Say, look what I got.
I should, actually.
Remember the days?
I am going to do that. Next break, I'll send it to her. If she gets back to me, it'll be a laugh because she'll probably know what this means.
I think she'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I hope so.
Wait, what does it mean? What happened at the hut?
I think it will just reel her mind back to that day and our first date and how
romance.
awkward it was.
What happened after that day? Was there like
Yeah.
a movie after? A little
I
walk
don't-
on.
I
Let's
don't
talk
recall.
baseball terms. What base are we thinking?
Well, what year are we here? We got to understand the times. What
Yeah.
year are we here?
I would say we had just broken up with our partners
Debatable.
a couple of weeks earlier.
Was it one of those where it's like, hey, I broke up with my girlfriend. Hey, I broke up with my boyfriend.
I don't remember the chronology of that particular thing, but I do remember there was a campus bar called a Rathskeller.
Oh yeah.
We all called it the Rat.
The rat.
And our first real date, just one-on-one, was at the Rathskeller. But the Pizza Hut was the first one where we were like off campus and more of a couple type date.
What'd you just do with your fingers there?
You know, more of a couple type.
Ooh, okay. So some light fingering. Nice.
No, not yet.
No?
No, come
you
on,
can
it's the
tell
first
us.
date.
Not
I mean, Chris, you
gentleman.
want to vomit.
We're
right
not
now.
talking
Not
about. We're not
yet.
talking about at
Not
Pizza
yet.
Hut. We're talking about after.
How many
gentleman.
dates? How many dates until that happened?
Isn't it so great? Where so you
Not
were
many.
Yeah. Scallywag.
So I guess they don't just give out that shirt.
He's a coxman.
so you were how old at that time? Like you're in college. So how old are you? 19, 20?
I would say 19 or 20.
Okay,
yeah.
19 or 20 years old. You're on a first date. You want to impress the girl. You took her to Pizza Hut, which I think is a great move, but still.
At the time, it was a better move.
But still, it's Pizza Hut. It's so funny when you go back and you think about the like. I remember where I used to take girls on a date when I was in college, like restaurants that you thought were like, "Ooh, this is a nice place." Like
the Olive Garden.
well, Olive Garden was
Yeah.
a great spot to take it.
Big one.
Let's go to a nice Italian restaurant, on a date. Like I took a girl one time in Gainesville. Went to a nice steakhouse. You want to know which steakhouse that was?
Sizzler.
Outback.
Yeah.
Went to a really nice
Bloomin'
steakhouse.
Onion.
No rules, just right.
Yeah.
Outback.
Wow.
She was impressed, I bet.
Have you had the Mozzies at Outback, by the way?
No way.
Yeah, dude, the fried boomerangs, they're really good. Makes it tough to have a cheese pool, because it's unconventional. It's V-shaped. Yeah. It's like a boomerang.
Yeah, that's weird. Do they still have the Bloomin' Onion?
That's their go-to.
Yeah.
Is it still? I mean,
Come
it was
on.
20
In
years
fact,
ago. I don't know. I
The
haven't
fried
been-
boomerangs,
Come on.
the batter that they
Yeah,
use, same batter as a bloomin' onion.
So is the Rathskeller like a chain? Because that's like a thing at UM too. The Rat.
Really?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about UM actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, FAU had one as well.
FIU had a Rathskeller too. I don't know if
Okay.
they still do, but they did when I was
They have a Chili's too.
going to online classes there.
The one at FAU was like as you might gather from the name, was like a vaguely German type feel.
Yeah.
Why are you dancing when you say that?
No, I went to.
It was vaguely.
The last time I went to the Rathskeller, there's a brand new Rathskeller at UM, but I went to like the old one. It was for the SummerSlam that Shawn Michaels won the World Heavyweight title for. That you want to talk about a pop?
You remember that, right, Greg?
That was great. I think Rey Mysterio also debuted and had a banger against Kurt Angle.
Yeah, we
the
all
whole place
remember
went
that
wild.
one. Yeah.
So I wanna get into a little bit of Dolphins here with you guys. Is Darren Waller ever going to play for the team?
Probably not.
Like I it's starting to feel to me. So Mike McDaniel's being asked, every few days now about Darren Waller, who has not participated in a single practice yet. Remember, it kind of came out of nowhere where they need a tight end. I mean, they traded away Jonnu Smith, which I think was the right move, but they needed a tight end, and they went and they brought in Darren Waller. He's been retired for 2 years.
Yeah.
He was really good at one point, but he's been retired for a couple years. And Mike McDaniel yesterday says Darren Waller is not ready to practice right now. He doesn't want him jumping into a joint practice because they're doing the joint practices right now with the Detroit Lions. Doesn't want him jumping into a joint practice out of retirement.
Right.
Which I guess makes sense, but I don't know. The closer we get to actual games, he's going to jump into a real NFL game out of retirement.
When they signed Darren Waller, I immediately said, and Le Batard's sitting where you are raving about him, as I recall, and I'm like, wow, he's older, he's been retired, he's got some, distant but still off-field baggage in his past. They should have gone after Noah Fant, who is 5 years younger, ended up signing with Cincinnati. Like, Darren Waller.
That would have been that would have got us excited. Noah Fant.
I mean, he's not bad though.
But more than Darren
Fant,
Waller.
sorry.
But more than Darren Waller.
Well, I think it's just about having someone who could play the position.
Or could play at all. I mean, the old saying, the best ability is availability. When you sign a guy who hasn't played in 2 years and he's immediately hurt.
Well, no, he's not hurt. It's just he's not ready.
Okay.
He's
had 2 years to get ready. What are you doing?
Not playing football, not getting ready.
He was retired. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But now he's back
making music.
You figure that he's working out on his own. He's trying to get his body up to conditioning, right?
Yes.
You're out of football for 2 years. Your cardiovascular is not going to be the same thing. So I get the point of holding him out of joint practice to see under your roof to see how he's going to fight and figure out how to be an NFL tight end again. So I'm not super worried.
Did he have any intention of playing football? Like it seems like they just knocked him.
It came out of
By
nowhere.
the way, we just traded for you. Like you're back. And
It
he's
came
like,
out of
"Oh."
nowhere.
But what is the point of this? If this is going to be such a to do and such an effort just to get him on the field, and you have no idea if he's going to be good or not.
And by the way, may I say, Jonnu Smith, who they traded, had a great season. The former FIU Panther.
It was a career season for him.
He had a great season last year. In fact, I may have been the only one, but I actually voted for him as the team's offensive MVP.
Wow.
So that was a big deal. And when they traded him, that left a big void that they absolutely have not filled.
Well, that was a money thing, though. They didn't want to pay him.
No,
It
you're
wasn't
right.
because they were unhappy. They just didn't want to pay him what he wanted.
Exactly, but sometimes you got to balance what you really need the most.
Want to earn, got to want to learn.
Exactly.
I actually think that's the biggest thing this season is last year defenses were like, you're not going deep on us. And because of that, Jonnu Smith ate all season because teams were just like, go ahead, take it. I want to see Mike McDaniel adjust this year. Can he get Waddle and Tyreek back to that with these adjust to the adjustment?
Right.
Because that if our tight end is having another good season this year, that's probably not a great sign for the Dolphins.
It just felt like he's been out schemed offensively where he's like, all right, we're going to do deep ins. Nobody's going to see it coming. And then remember that game where the Chargers just dropped back their linebackers and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, Tyreek can't get open. Like what's going on here? Waddle's kind of always hurt every game going in and out. And now you look at Tyreek Hill off the field issues. Now you look at kind of his decline. He's 31 years old now. Yeah. He's had a lot of miles on him. Is he going to play to the level that he's been playing the last 2, 3, 4 years in this system? Tua can't go deep because the offensive line doesn't give him enough time. Like, where's the scheme win here?
If I'm McDaniel, if I'm that offense, I'm throwing quick slants to Waddle in space and allowing him to use his speed. I'm pitching the ball out to Achane rather than running him up the middle as if he's 230 pounds. There are ways to utilize somebody's speed by giving it to them in space, which they haven't done a lot in the past year.
I hate doing the whole, jumping off of what Tony was just saying about being out schemed. I hate doing the whole, he didn't make adjustments. The coach, McDaniel's got to make adjustments. He's clearly a defense. They figured out the Dolphins. He hasn't. We don't know what's going on in the halftime adjustment. We don't. Maybe they gave adjustments and the players weren't counting it out properly. We don't know what adjustments are being made or not being made. But I will say, it's had an entire all season now to figure out why defenses were week in and week out able to stop what was once an incredible Dolphins offense. We better get to this season after an entire offseason of him being able to look at what went wrong last year and better not be seeing that again.
I mean, 2 years ago, Mike McDaniel is the wonderkind of the league. They have the most exciting offense in the NFL. They just scored 70 points on Denver. They're the talk of the league.
Now he's a yammerer.
2 years later,
well, yeah, his
he's
act
under
ain't so
pressure.
cute when they're not so good anymore,
Right. Yeah.
Which we called. Yeah. At the time,
Chris
we were
Cody called it.
I was like, I love this now. This won't be cute. And I'll tell you, it's not.
It's not.
Every answer, I'm like, what did he just say?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with him, too, though, every time you bring in someone new, they now need to learn this offensive scheme. And then they're trying to catch up, and they're not on the same page.
Tyreek Hill's going into his 4th year with the Dolphins, and the first day of camp, he said, I'm finally starting to understand the offense.
That's insane. That there's been so many crazy quotes at Dolphins training camp this offseason. You're like, this does not feel like this season is going to go well. Like, Tua just found his voice. It's like he's been a captain for like 3 years.
$280 million deal.
Just now he's fighting. Like, just now him and Tyreek are on the same page. Like, what's going on here?
Well, I don't know that they're on the same page.
I mean, well, I have evidence that suggested they were on the same page when Tyreek Hill had one of the great seasons of all time for this franchise. I'm going to come out and say this, theorize, might not be super bright. Tyreek Hill. Just, there's enough. You may dub it circumstantial, but I think it's mounting.
You're going to take the under?
On
intelligence?
Yeah. I'm going under.
Wow.
Okay.
It's just the Darren Waller thing is reminding me. It feels like the Dolphins have done this before, where they go out and they get the guy and they give him money, and he does literally like they got taken for a ride.
I hear you, and usually that is a sign to a player that has expectation. This guy hasn't played football in a while, and I think Greg hit Dan with a hard dose of reality when people got excited about seeing Darren Waller. As a former All-Pro, had a tremendous couple of seasons at the tight end position, but he's quick to remind us, like, this guy, last time we saw him in a football uniform, he wasn't always available, and he wasn't certainly effective. And it's been a couple of years since then. And on social media, it's kind of a punchline because of the rap career. Why attach any sort of expectation to this guy? If he makes a team, it'd be against the odds.
The Dolphins did the same thing a couple of years ago with Odell Beckham.
Last year.
Was it just last year?
It was that forgettable.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm. It was. But yet it's the same story. You're trying to resurrect and exhume the ashes of a career.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Beckham, who totally took them for a ride. Like, they paid him, I don't know, it was at least $10 million. They paid him, and he had 9 catches last year.
Right.
But again, he was playing football the year prior. Like, he was in the Super Bowl and got hurt the year prior. So it's like he actually was playing. Do you think you figure Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel, all these guys in the front office called Darren Waller and said, hey, we're thinking of making something happen here. Are you ready to go? It's not the kid on his couch where he's like pointing at himself like, wait, me? You guys
I love that meme.
You guys are picking me up? I haven't played football. I don't know. I'm rapping. What do you want me to do?
It's a cross your fingers signing. It's just hoping upon hope that somebody who used to had for a couple of years pretty good, 5 years later, still good? Probably not.
Speaking of Odell Beckham, do you guys see what happened with Odell Beckham yesterday?
No.
What now?
What do you
say?
Oh, shoot. Did I get got to?
So Odell Beckham was in, I wouldn't call it a Twitter beef, but he got a little riled up on Twitter yesterday, Odell Beckham Jr., because Adam Schefter tweeted out, hold on a second. That's Adam Shelfer, all right? Adam Shelfer.
Oh, wow, this got me.
That's right. Adam Shelfer tweeted out, after 10 seasons in the NFL, Odell Beckham Jr. has decided to retire. Beckham Jr. played for the Giants, Browns, Rams, Ravens, and Dolphins. He announced Tuesday. And attached to Adam Shelfer's tweet is a picture of, I assume it's Odell Beckham. His back's to us. It's a sweet picture of Odell Beckham with, I also assume it's his son. And they're sitting on the parking lot outside MetLife Stadium, which, can I tell you something? I was at MetLife Stadium last week, and that place is a dump. But anyway, you got Adam Shelfer, who tweets that out, and then Odell Beckham responds directly to the Adam Shelfer account. And he responds with, no, seriously, please stop reading everything on the internet and stop texting me happy retirement before you piss me off. That will get no response. I promise you the day I'm done, I will let you know. Again, if you text me happy retirement, I'm just going to have to block you. Thanks.
This was a smart job by whoever runs that account because they put an adorable picture of him and what looks like his son looking at the state. So, that got all my attention.
Yeah, good
I was
photo.
like, aw. Yeah. I'd never even, got to, let me make sure. Because it seems so harmless. It got me, 100%. I didn't retweet it, but I saw it and thought he was retired.
The reason that ruse worked is that, and I don't know if it did, but the reason it worked.
Well, no, it did because Adam Shelfer's tweet was engaged with 4.4 million times.
Wow. Okay, so the reason it worked is that Odell Beckham Jr. is the perfect example if you're playing the game retired or not retired. You know, he's
It's like the timing you would expect him to retire about now.
Yeah,
like he's
he's
trying to get a job this offseason.
Right.
He can't. I'm going to retire.
And there are certain players around the league who are in that category.
Oh, you want to like maybe
Darren Waller.
Darren Waller would have been one.
Should the Greg Cody show get out there with a fake report?
Retired or not retired?
Should we put out Greg Cody has retired and a picture of me and you looking at the Kaseya Center?
That would be funny with our back to the camera on an
Recreate that.
on an
Should be
empty
the two of you outside highlight.
on an empty parking lot.
Draft on Monday, Chris. Lock in.
You guys got to get Manu again.
Don't
Manu is back.
Oh my lord.
Manu is back.
What do you guys
You
learn?
guys don't get how it works.
You don't understand.
You guys
Fire
don't.
Mike
Neither do we.
Fuentes.
You guys
Fire
don't
Mike
know
Fuentes.
Pelota. I mean, from your lips.
How old is Manu? Is he like 45?
That's the prime.
Good Lord.
Fuentes, yes.
That's a prime for an elite
Is it?
backcourt player.
Really? I think you got to hire Joey. Like, bring back Joey.
Bring back
My
Joey.
friend?
No, the famous highlight
Yeah.
Joey.
So do you get one keeper and you kept Manu again?
We have more than one keeper. We brought back Iñaki, who is great for us, number 69 in the programs, number 1 in your hearts. We just brought back 2 players. We had the top pick because we were the worst team. Manu would have been the number 1
What do you think a
pick
big
if we
problem is?
didn't have
Players or ownership?
Players. Yeah,
Classic
players.
animal.
Definitely the players. But ownership did take some
Passing
accountability.
that buck.
But you also like draft essentially the same team except like 2 people every season, and
Yeah.
you're surprised that you get the same
Billy,
result every
there are
year.
5 teams in the league.
It's hard
and there's
to-
26 guys in the league. Like, what do you want from us?
Yeah, like there are guys on our team that we wanted to bring back that
Jack.
are good, but we had to change something up.
We've made plenty of tough decisions.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, I'd like to hear one of these.
I mean, we've Carballo we had to let go a couple seasons.
So how does that
Bueno,
go?
This season, Bueno,
That
who
was a
we've
really
had,
tough
He
one.
was like our next captain in waiting.
When you let him go, like how does that go down?
Tell him no bueno.
I owe him a conversation.
we send in the email of who we're keeping, and he's not on it.
No, but I do hope. Look,
Definitely
we had
not a
draft.
coward's way of doing that.
No, I've done. I've had heartbreaking
yeah.
conversations. I've had to pull Carballo aside through tears.
I learned my lesson like year 1 when at the draft I like dapped up some guy. I was like, "We're gonna get you tonight," and then we didn't, and he didn't make the league. And I
Why'd you
felt-
do that?
Well, just because I thought we were looking at him as our late round pick, and it just didn't
Billy.
work out.
Billy, he wants them to like him.
Right.
But I don't even like you had the heartbreak.
It was more just like we're
conversation.
I think I hit him with like we're hoping
a
for you
bad cop.
tonight.
But it's not like he's moving. He just puts on instead of a what is the team called?
now he's a
Cyclones.
Well, no.
Instead of a Cyclones jersey, he puts on a Wall Warriors.
No, now
jersey.
he didn't
lives
make-
in the same house.
No.
It's the same thing.
He
What are
didn't
you
make the
talking
league.
They're just the Warriors.
He
now.
didn't make the league. He was a floating player that like replaces injured guys.
Taxi squad.
A taxi squad.
Okay.
Guy.
So you were fighting to keep someone that isn't even good enough to make the league.
No, I
this
told
is why
a
your
guy
team's not
I was
good.
hopeful we would take him in the late round, and we ended up getting
No, I
someone
was
better.
talking about Carballo.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, Carballo? No, Carballo is now medically retired. What a great
Yeah.
career for Carballo.
Yeah, wow.
Electric on that.
Medically,
Is he or
medically
not?
retired?
Cyclone
Retired or
legend.
not?
Damn.
Cyclone legend.
He's young.
Yeah, I know, but you saw how he played the game. He never took a
Tough,
rep
yeah.
off.
He was tough.
Okay.
As an owner of a team, do you feel like sometimes you let emotion play too big of a role in your decision making?
Yes.
Manu's been on the team for 17
Manu's
years.
good.
Yeah.
Manu's good.
He's
You
the
won a
best-
championship one time
literally-
8 seasons
he's
ago.
like the
There are
LeBron-
2 seasons
Dude,
in a
he's
season.
Yeah.
Best backcourter in the world.
Yeah, he's the Babe Ruth of that league. Your team, by the way, has gone downhill ever since I last appeared at a game
when you
and fainted.
Yeah, when you collapsed.
I collapsed.
Hey,
and
I
fell
thought you
right
were
on my
dead.
beak.
That's
Fell-
not true. We did make a final after that.
Did you?
Yeah, we had a second place finish
Okay.
in there.
Is the league still recycling borderline former UM Hurricanes?
There are some. Well, they weren't borderline former UM Hurricanes.
It's a weird sentence.
They
They're-
were former.
yeah.
We're talking about Jedin.
And Tennessee, don't forget him. Rock
didn't
won
know
a
he
national.
played.
No, Rock won a national championship with Miami Hurricanes
What
baseball.
position did Rock play?
He was a
Defensive
pitcher.
tackle.
Wow.
No,
Baseball. That
yeah,
makes
he was
more
baseball.
sense. I was like picturing football. I'm like, that guy's lumbering.
Can I ask a rude question that we're all thinking? You guys like headed into the draft now next week, right? And you put in your keepers. Manu's a keeper again for you guys.
Iñaki too.
And
Yeah,
Naki.
and that
Okay.
that was a great draft pick.
Okay, but like, and you've seen the results and the bit of the fall off over the past couple seasons. Do you guys ever go and say, "Listen, Manu, we love you. We got to work on your training regimen here. Like, we got to talk some conditioning. We got to work into this. It's just
Saz, he's a bit of a bigger guy.
we're far off from. Think of like a Mo Vaughn type.
No, that's disrespectful.
Well, Mo Vaughn won an MVP.
Disrespectful to who?
Much like Manu did.
It's got Dan vibes.
Yeah, little
Dan.
girthy.
Okay, now
got a Dan
imagine
body.
Dan playing highlight.
But
Backcourt, you don't need as much mobility in the backcourt.
incredible posture, though. I haven't seen a spine this straight in quite some time.
Greatest,
posture. Good
greatest hands
posture.
in Pelota history.
Wow.
That's often the criticism for Manu, but he is certifiably the best backcourt player in the world. Yeah.
He's not the problem.
If someone else had the number 1 pick and we didn't freeze Manu, guess who the number 1 pick would
Boom.
be? Manu. So we're keeping Manu. He is a Cyclone lifer. He's not the issue at all.
There he
I know
is.
by this picture you may be
at him.
formulating some opinions. That guy is the heart and soul of the Cyclone franchise.
Now it says WP 20%. I imagine that's some kind of stat. What does that
winning.
mean?
I think that's winning percentage. Like it was.
That
hey,
seems rough.
I mean, that seems awful.
yeah, we mean
You guys don't know Pelota.
you guys don't know how difficult it is to go against Gocherry. You just don't. And
You
this
don't.
guy,
Who
this guy,
does?
this guy performs very well against Gocherry.
I mean, are you afraid of a time where you're going to show up to one of the games and, like, the crowd's going to be chanting for new ownership?
I mean, we've had. How many come to Jesus meetings have we had?
Wow, that's too many.
3.
3 come to Jesus meetings.
You guys get lost? Like, what's going on?
3 come to Jesus meetings. Look, man, we made really tough decisions this time. We have the number 1 pick, so hopefully
Look at
this will
that
be
guy.
the start of the
Guys
tournament.
Were you
are-
gonna? he's
That's our
sucking
horse
in.
right there.
Yeah, he's
Look at him.
sucking it in.
I will say that despite the recent seasons where we're not living up to the standard, the gold standard that this franchise established,
Which is what?
We'll be back.
championships.
We won the championship the first
We're-
season.
We are the crown jewel of Battle Court.
So when you say you won the championship your first season, is it possible, like, you won it because, hey, your team was given to you, like, in a good, scenario?
No.
good
No,
spot?
we
because
battled.
you
We were
got
a
the
wagon.
team and you won the championship right away,
Got
and
hot.
now, after many years of ownership, you're once again number 1 overall.
You know who I think we miss? I'll say it, Mike. Manny.
Yeah.
The first couple seasons, we had Manny, who's like 72 years old.
Yeah.
But he's just one of the most.
Is he available?
He's
I
kind of
think-
been
is he in
around
the
in the
draft
drafts.
pool?
He's always one of these guys. He never gets kept, but he's just like a guy you want.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick, maybe?
No,
That- you don't know Pelota.
Who are the eyes on? Who's the number 1 pick? You have the number. You could say it. No one else can
No, we
take
kept.
the
We
person.
kept.
Yeah.
Who is it?
We
If you
took
freeze,
Manu.
we
we
froze
took
Manu.
Manu with our number 1 pick.
So you don't have the number 1 pick.
Well, we do. Like we could have unfrozen Manu and just
Yeah.
taken Manu. We have the free.
You don't know
the
Pelota.
freeze, so we did use the freeze.
Let me give you guys some free advice.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and I'm being half serious
You
here.
fainted last
honestly.
game you went to.
No. Listen,
He was so excited.
He was
get a
appalled
guy-
by the play.
there are a bevy of retired athletes who live down here, okay? And this is partly publicity stunt, but partly smart.
A tryout?
Hire somebody, sign somebody like Ocho Cinco, just as a weird
I
example.
like this idea.
You know, so it would be great publicity. He's an athlete. He would probably like to do it as a lark. He could learn highlight in about a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's
Such
a
a
very
dangerously
difficult
The
sport.
sport is not easy.
Also, well over our budget, pal.
Well, you don't know. He might do it.
I know what our budget is, which is presently $0.
Okay.
Or money. I do it based on time, proximity.
And celebrates the legacy of Norm Macdonald. Rest in power.
Norm Macdonald passed away. It was a surprise to many. He had kept his illness a secret for 9 years. And he was one of our favorite celebrity prognosticators because he did awkward comedy, uncomfortable comedy so very well. He would insult people to their face. There has not been and will never be a greater ESPYs than Norm Macdonald doing the monologue and actually cutting through all the mythological fame bullshit and actually going after people, going after the big, powerful celebrities in a way that the audience loved, and ESPN immediately ended and regretted and got him out of there, never to host it again. But he loved awkward. He was so good at awkward, and this is the thing that always impresses me, Stugotz, because the level of discerning among stand-up comics who are great is the highest form of critique or judgment, I think, in entertainment. And when they say someone's a good comedian, that person's a good comedian. Norm Macdonald is somebody who's getting reverence today from a lot of people, but other comedians will tell you what he did was really brilliant, was genius, We had our experience with him because he would tell these long, sprawling stories, and he told, most famously, a bad beat story that was just a killer because he was a gambler, but he was a bad gambler. And one of the reasons we wanted him as celebrity prognosticator is because he cared about it, but he was kind of a loser. And what says loser more than this bad beat?
This episode is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
So I think Jalen Ramsey might have taken a shot at the Dolphins yesterday. So Jalen Ramsey, he's going to play for the Steelers this year, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
And Jalen Ramsey, speaking at Pittsburgh Steelers practice yesterday, he actually started speaking positively about the Dolphins as far as the way that they honored his trade request, and they honored it because they wanted him gone too. I mean, from what I understand, the talk of the culture in the locker room and disrespect toward the coach, late to meetings, effort, Jalen Ramsey was one of the guys at the top of that list, who they had to get rid of if we're going to change things around here. So, of course, they wanted to honor the trade request. And Jalen Ramsey said, quote, "I do appreciate the Dolphins and them working with me. Let's go to a team that's going to be able to compete. Let's go to a team where there's a lot of respect for the head coach."
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of that?
That's not a subtle shot. That's a direct shot. My understanding was always that he didn't get along with Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, who they got rid of.
They were not quiet about that.
Right. And so that was a thing. Mike McDaniel is an offense-minded coach. I don't know that he dealt all that much with the defense, but yeah, that's a clear shot. That's a clear shot, and Mike McDaniel has to earn back that respect, because his teams have had issues in terms of leadership, in terms of, culture, quote unquote. Whenever players start talking about we need a better culture, that's pretty corrosive. That can mean a lot of different things. It can mean Tyreek Hill at the end of last season saying, "I'm not going back in this game," and then hinting that he wants out, and then backtracking on that. This is not just any player doing this. This is arguably your best player and a captain of the team. So when one of your captains is the one creating problems, that erodes culture, and all of that falls back on the head coach.
I'm not going to disagree with what you said, but I wonder if it's also worth pointing out that Jalen Ramsey, for his career, has been in the league, 9 years? For his career, he has been one of the best, if not at times the best, cornerback in the National Football League. It's a premier position. It's one of the 4 most important positions in the game, cover corner. And 9 years in the league, he is about to start playing for his 4th team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth mentioning, We could talk about Mike McDaniel. Let's go to a team that has a coach that, everyone respects. But at the same time, not many guys are as good at their job, an important job, as Jalen Ramsey, and they're about to play for their 4th team when they've been in the league 9 years.
Well, plus Jalen Ramsey is an aging player at a position where you tend not to age very well. Cornerbacks and running backs are usually the first 2 positions you think of there. My problem is not that they traded Jalen Ramsey. The problem is they didn't replace him. The problem is between trading him and injuries, they have the weakest cornerback league meeting room in the entire league, and that's a problem.
I think they think that, look, Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to upgrade that secondary. And by the way, Jalen Ramsey, if he was still on this team, may have been converted to secondary here as well. He's going to play in the secondary for Pittsburgh most likely, or at least a hybrid role, all right? Which is funny because that's essentially what Minkah Fitzpatrick, why he wanted out of Miami initially.
Right. It's funny that you got to get Jalen Ramsey out here. We got to fix the culture. Let's bring in Minkah Fitzpatrick, who also had terrible things to say about the franchise and the head coach
specifically, there you go. Specifically, Brian Flores, who, I don't know. I think at this point, Minkah may have been right about Flores.
Have you seen that Minnesota defense, though? They're rocking and rolling.
Hey, some guys, some coaches are meant to be coordinators. Great offensive coordinator, great defensive coordinator. How about Spagnuolo? amazing defensive coordinator, was a shit head coach. Like, Brian Flores may be that guy as well.
Yeah, but when you're winning, nobody says a word. Okay, all of this is coming out after an 8-9 season where you didn't even make the playoffs. Nobody was criticizing Mike McDaniel 2 years ago or 3 years ago when he'd made the playoffs twice in a row when he was this offensive wonderkind.
Greg.
When you lose, people are looking for excuses. They're chirping. They're frustrated. And this is what happens.
I would actually cite Brian Flores, though, as an example of, remember that Dolphin team, you had the big Ryan Fitzpatrick improbable comeback against the Raiders. That team was in playoff contention. It was right there for them. They were doing a fair amount of winning. And it was well known that the team didn't get along with the head coach. There was a lot of drama around that team that was one of the better teams when you compare it to what they had done previously. So, I mean, it can get that bad. You can manage that locker room so poorly that it still becomes a storyline despite success.
When you mention Ryan Fitzpatrick, can I just bring it up real quick because it always reminds me the first time I hear Ryan Fitzpatrick's name in a really long time. Remember that pass he threw for the Dolphins in that game with the big comeback? Where they caught his face mask and they ripped the helmet so his eyes were like in the ear hole and he couldn't see. And it was a bomb that he threw, which was caught like
to the sideline,
right
by
on
the way.
Sideline.
Yeah, it was
incredible
insane.
throw.
It's like the best pass ever.
Right, and you kept thinking, like, man, why doesn't Flores back up Tua? But, Tua would get pulled from these games. Ryan Fitzpatrick would come in as a closing quarterback and just justify the decision, which made evaluating Tua very difficult.
We also thought his head got ripped off that play. Like when his head, because remember they moved the helmet sideways, and I was like, oh my God, his neck is now stuck like this, and now he can't play quarterback.
So we wouldn't have been sure if Darren Waller was retired or not retired if we mentioned him right when the Dolphins had signed him. Do we have a little game we could play here, Jeremy, of retired or not retired?
Yes, we've compiled a list, and there's the theme music. So we have 6 players on this list. I'll go one at a time, and you guys determine retired or not retired. So first,
I think I get it.
Defensive back Patrick Peterson. Wow. Retired or not retired?
This game is going to be very difficult.
Patrick Peterson.
I feel like I
Retired or
remember
not
a
retired?
recent message, like an announcement.
He's retired.
I'm going retired.
Where did he play last?
I would have said not retired.
Was he at Pittsburgh last?
Wasn't he Arizona?
Maybe Arizona.
It's a different game.
Did he close things with Arizona?
It's a different game we're playing.
Well, I mean, I was going to say still active, but there are people in this room that are pretty sure about this, so I'm also going to say retired.
I'm pretty sure, like, within the last 2 weeks, he retired.
Congratulations, he is retired.
All right,
And he was indeed a Pittsburgh Steeler most recently.
Thank you for
And
your
a Viking.
service.
Next up, kicker Matt Prater.
Kickers
Still
are tough.
playing.
Former UCF Knight Matt Prater.
Was
Is
it
he
the
still
Lions for a
playing?
long time?
Guy will
Boot.
kick till he's 50.
Yeah, he has a boot.
He was
That's
down
a
in
special leg.
Arizona, right?
I say active.
Retired.
Are we just going to do that? Any player we don't know if he's playing or not, we say he was in Arizona.
He was in Arizona.
He was at some
toaster.
point.
Yeah, they all were.
He remains in Arizona. He is an active kicker in the NFL
That
at
leg-
age 41.
I'm good at this game.
Yeah, we're going to wear that boot out.
Next up, Mercedes Lewis. Retired or not retired?
Tight end.
Best blocking tight end maybe in NFL history.
I
Could have
think-
had a great career as a lineman.
He is
I know we're
41
combining-
years old.
I know
Mercedes
we're combining
Lewis.
2 games here, but last play for the Giants?
I like this game.
I think he was a
I think he's in
Bear?
Arizona.
Ooh.
I say retired.
I'm going 41. Like, if you didn't say the 41, I would say he's still active. So I think that's a dig away. So I'm going to go retired.
I'm going to go.
Prater's 41 though, still active.
Kicker.
Kicker, hear that.
Mercedes Lewis can block till
Yeah.
he's dead.
I'm going to say unretired. I'm going to take a chance with this one.
Mercedes
a Bear.
Lewis is a free agent and active.
Okay.
Looking for another opportunity.
All right, so that one's tricky, right?
Yeah, Dolphins. Pay
No,
attention.
that's active.
And where was he last?
36-year-old wide receiver Julio Jones.
He's retired.
Retired, not retired.
He's retired.
Retired.
He has to be retired.
He's retired.
He played for the Tennessee Titans last, right? Oh, he's got to be retired.
Different game.
Yeah.
Mercedes Lewis last year played 17 games for the Chicago Bears. Of
course he
Oh, how about that?
He appeared in every game at 40 years old.
That's what it says here, 17 games.
Wow, that's why the Bears sucked.
Well, yeah, he had to help the offensive
One catch
line.
for 2 yards.
Wow.
not Dan's favorite new comedian, who he's very upset that The Daily Show made him wear a suit, but quarterback Josh Johnson. Oh, he's always playing. Retired or not retired?
Julio was retired, right?
Julio was retired, yes.
I think I saw
Everybody got that
blurb.
right.
Josh Johnson's still playing.
He's always playing.
He'll back up till he's 48.
I think he was brought in as a camp arm. I'm going to say camp arm for Josh Johnson.
I'm
It's a
going
different game,
active. He seems like a guy who's always ready to jump off the couch and play if needed.
He's got to be old.
He's like in a Tannehill situation, right? Where he's like free
39
agent.
Tannehill's still waiting for the right
That's what I'm saying.
situation.
39.
Free agent, not
Right
retired.
coach, yeah.
39
He's
years
like
old.
the
39.
third string
speedy
quarterback in like the 49.
Young 39.
camp arm, knows all the offenses.
Unretired.
He is a Washington Commander.
Oh, wow.
And
that?
finally, defensive tackle at 38 years old, and Ndamukong Suh, retired or not retired.
South Beach Sessions.
Yeah, retired.
Yeah, he just retired. He just
Yeah.
retired.
Way to.
Just trying to make sure you guys all are paying attention to what we do.
Yeah,
And
South
Ndamukong
Beach
Suh,
Sessions.
retired.
South Beach. Sessions.
Wonderful. Good job.
Who did he play for last?
A different game.
Wonderful job.
Is he in Philly?
So we talked a little bit about this yesterday because 2 days ago the AP poll made its preseason debut. That week one is a banger of games. We got 3 games of top 10 matches. You got LSU Clemson, you got Miami Notre Dame, you got Ohio State and Texas. I'll be there for that. Ohio State and Texas. The AP screwed it up. You couldn't have 1 versus 2. It's 1 versus 3. When number 3 is favored against number 1, makes sense of that. Anyway, we got preseason rankings came out a couple days ago, and we talked about it yesterday, but we didn't get a whole lot into the Canes, though. The Canes are preseason top 10. Greg, expectation for the Hurricanes right now?
Real high. I mean, playoff high for sure. I think that's what needs to happen. Mario might not admit it, but I think he feels it and believes it. You have to make the top 12 and be in the playoffs. That's the standard for UM this year. They're ranked in the top 10, albeit at 10, for only the second time since 2005. The other was Mark Richt's 2018. And they have everything. They killed it with Carson Beck in the portal.
I think Carson Beck's going to be great for them.
I do too. And their pass defense, which sucked last year, is much improved. I think they're the whole deal. I think they have the best team. I think Mario has a great chance to have an improved record for the 4th straight year. I see them going like 10-2, making the ACC championship game. Sky-high hopes for the Canes.
I am worried about the wide receiver position. They don't seem to have a go-to guy yet. Carson Beck, from being out of camp, Carson Beck looks good. The arm looks good. I know that's a concern. Very decisive with the ball. I'm curious. I really can't make heads or tails of who's going to be the leading receiver here. You have C.J. Daniels, who they brought in as a veteran presence. Had an injury-plagued season last year at LSU, but before that, lit the world on fire when he was at Liberty. This may come as a shock. There might be a 17-year-old that may end up being Miami's leading receiver.
Well, but they're going to be a more balanced offense than
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
They got 2 guys that have potential to put up huge seasons on the ground. Mark Fletcher, a bigger bruising back, has been very productive since the day he put on shoulder pads here for this program. But Jordan Lyle flashes a game-breaking ability. We saw that huge run where he turned the corner at USF last year where he pulled away from guys. Yeah. That game-breaking ability has kind of not been around Miami so much. Those guys, Rashard Smith took that ability, went to SMU, and now will be a deep sleeper for the Kansas City Chiefs with that next level speed. But I think Malachi Toney is going to be a real surprise for this team, a true freshman that's going to make an impact there. But the defense has been shored up. You think they certainly brought in a ton of players in that secondary. You have Heatherman, the brand new DC that comes over from Minnesota. Yes, the schedule is more difficult than previous years. They got Florida. They got.
Well, but hold on. The schedule could be different, more difficult than previous years. They're going to be favored every game this year, right?
That's curious. We'll see what happens at SMU. But they only have 4 road games.
Yeah.
Only 4 road games, and then late November it can get tricky at Blacksburg, at Pittsburgh, back-to-back, but you don't know what kind of condition those programs will be in.
Don't they not leave the state of Florida until, like, November?
Yes. Yeah. No,
That's
it's
crazy.
For their centennial season, the schedule does lay out nicely. Now, they could take a step back in terms of overall record and be a better team. They could finish this season 9-3 and be in that playoff contention and still find their way to Charlotte, especially if 2 of those losses come non-conference. But Miami it was. I like the vibe around media day at the ACC because everyone's just kind of confident that Miami is going to be there in the end, at least in their conference. And the conference has lost a lot of talent this year. I think the ACC is probably going to take a step back while Miami takes a leap forward. But I'm excited about what they did at the quarterback position. I think they got a real good one.
And I think it's notable that SMU is their only what I would call difficult road game.
Mm-hmm.
All of the other most challenging games are at home.
I mean, historically difficult places to play, Blacksburg. And we saw in 2017, before the 2018 year, that got kind of sidetracked by injury and Mark Richt's own decline with his health. Pittsburgh ruined a season for Miami in 2017 in which they would have been ranked number 1 headed into the conference championship had they not dropped that.
I'm at SMU week 2. You need me to do a little advanced scouting?
A lot of former Hurricanes there.
Wear that hat, though.
Yeah. That makes you undercover.
All right.
You got to wear that flex Vic backwards, and we can sneak you in there on the sidelines, Connor Stallion style.
Is the last time that Notre Dame was here at Miami was the blackout game?
2017.
That shit was
What a game.
Was it a blackout? No, the blackout happened actually before that, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, regular game.
Yeah,
regular
which
game.
was like a crazy crowd too. But 2017 Notre Dame, that's really the only game that Miami Hurricanes fans can point to and say that building had some magic to it. That building got really loud.
I think that's the only game at that stadium where you were able to say that game was over before it started. Like you knew what, because this used to be a case of the Orange Bowl all the time, but that night you knew. Okay.
Right away.
We know what's happening.
Yeah, right away. Once Will Manso leaked that video of the Notre Dame coach talking all that crap about the turnover chain. But we were at ESPN at the time, very close to Marty Smith and a bunch of people with College Game Day, and they said that night at Hard Rock Stadium in 2017.
I think Herb Street said, he's like, this is the best atmosphere of the year.
Second loudest place they had ever been to as a crew. That was back in 2017. Maybe they've been to louder places, but they said only behind Death Valley and LSU.
Could it be like that for week 1, number 6 versus number 10?
It has to be. Absolutely.
We'll see. Notre Dame has some issues, too. They have a legit quarterback competition right now. They lost a quarterback that was a proven commodity for them. And they have some injuries across the offensive line. They're still very talented, but Freeman teams, they get off to a slower start over at Notre Dame. Yeah. So it lays out nicely for Miami. And they'll have an opportunity with a standalone game. Certainly Carson Beck and some of the other talented players on this team have an opportunity to make a real statement and get a lot of national attention with a standalone TV window Sunday night.
And the point spread pretty much close to a push the last time I looked.
Should the Virginia Tech game be tough? Like, they haven't won more than 8 games in 6 years.
You never know what kind of shape that program's going to be in. They want to push the head coach out. The fan base is over it. The head coach may be out, and you don't know. Do they play hard for a new guy? In a portal era, do these guys check out? I would say normally most Miami Hurricanes fans would look at late November games at Blacksburg, at Pittsburgh, and be a little worried about that. But the caveat of those coaches perpetually are talked about as guys that could be on the hot seat.
Yeah, Brent Pry, 3-8, 7-6, 6-7 in his 3 seasons at Virginia Tech. So while I'm sure there are some good wins in there at home, it's not, given what Miami is supposed to be, something that should be much of a challenge. But every year there's one of those ACC teams that seems to knock off someone at the top.
But all you got to do is look to last year. Could it have gotten closer than last year's game, Miami-Virginia Tech? Like, that was the closest football game of all time. It was like a ball here, a hand here. Was he out of bounds? Was he not?
The Hail Mary that went out of bounds. I would say Miami has always had these things, and it goes to the pro ranks too. The weather games late in the season. This Miami team is more built for that. My colleague over at Canes Insight, D Money, points to. Remember when they went to Boston College, played against Castellanos, who's now at FSU. That's a tricky spot late at Boston College. We've seen it with one of the greatest teams of all time struggle there, and they just are built in the trenches in ways for that weather that previous Miami Hurricanes teams have not been.
God, how good is college football? We're so close.
Football's back, baby.
I got my Phil Steele magazine in the mail yesterday.
I love that.
I saw it. It's kind of late. You're cramming, huh?
This is how I do it. Like, I hit the road in 2.5 weeks, all right, and then it's every week I'm on the road with ESPN. So it's time. It's like, all right, I need to start cramming. That's how I do it. Like, I don't start looking at the magazine last month. Like, now's the time.
Things change too. You got to get most up-to-date information with the magazine.
So I got the Phil Steele magazine. That's the college football Bible, all right? I got that in the mail yesterday. I was very excited.
It's a magazine, though. Wasn't it? What you're reading, wasn't that written a month ago?
No, he just got it.
I mean,
just got it, yeah.
I know, but it takes a while to publish a magazine, right?
It has all of the information.
It's got the building blocks. That's what you need.
It's got everything you need. There's so much info in there. So I gotta start studying. But in a couple weeks from now, Greg, you're gonna be able to ask me about any school in the country, and I will know everything about it. So I'm a college football expert.
I'm just surprised magazines are still a thing because when I was a kid, Street and Smith was the Bible. Like I used to get their pro and college preview issues all the time. But I didn't know that was still a thing in 2025, the magazine.
Do you guys, when's the last magazine subscription you guys had or that came to your house? You know what came to my house 2 days ago? Fortune magazine. What? And it had my name on it, and I have no idea why it is that I've never
Did one of those people
to
come to your home and it was like,
no,
hey,
I've never subscribed to it. I mean, maybe this is I signed up for something. You know, sometimes you buy something, it's like, oh, you get 3 free magazine subscriptions. I must have checked off something, or I went to a boat show one time years ago or something. And
what's
I said,
the last magazine subscription you remember actually subscribing?
I think the last one I actually had was ESPN the magazine.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think that's even published anymore, right? They canceled that publication.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But Fortune magazine came to my house 2 days ago.
Did you read it?
No, not yet. It's on. You know where I thought about doing with it as soon as I got it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be bathroom reading because there was a glory day of all the magazines are in the bathroom.
That's
and
where
all
all my Phil Steele's go.
Yeah, and that's where they go. But I don't think they even sell bathroom magazine racks anymore, do they? They can't. There's no magazines. Why would you need a bathroom magazine rack?
Billy, I can relate. Every week we get a People magazine delivered.
Still?
Yeah, and I said to my wife the other day, "Why do we subscribe to that? Why do we?" And she's like, "I don't know." I mean, just every week we
Lap
get a
of
People
luxury
magazine.
at the Cody house.
And how
I
you-
don't know, whatever it comes, doesn't matter if we
does-
pay.
Does anyone read it, or what do you do with it?
I leaf through it.
Yeah?
why
What's
not?
going on? What's
Well,
going on with the Hemsworths right now?
I didn't leaf through the last one, but if
Leaf through. I like that.
Taylor Swift and Kelsey are on the
Well,
cover,
what's she
I
say?
might give it a look. I don't know.
All right.
That kind of thing.
Billy, what magazines did you
culture.
subscribe to when you were younger?
I think ESPN the magazine.
Sports Illustrated.
For sure.
SI for kids?
I didn't have SI or SI.
How about
for
highlights?
Kids.
You have highlights?
I did have highlights when we were younger. We had highlights when we were younger.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Hidden pictures.
I had Rolling Stone the longest.
I had Rolling Stone until
Rolling Stone
Yes.
was
2010.
It was the last one that I didn't have anymore. I had Rolling Stone forever. I even had it, change the address to come to my college residence. I had Rolling Stone forever, and throughout my when I was a little kid, and then into mid-teenage years, I used to get WWF the magazine. Those are the two.
Wow. You're such a mark. You were getting worked in that magazine, too.
Whatever, man. I like reading about my favorite superstars.
That's how you got tricked into writing Hulk Hogan a get well soon
It wasn't
card.
a trick. He wrote me back. It wasn't a trick.
Did you keep that letter? You still have it?
I wish I still had it. It was
Yeah.
a postcard. I wish I still had it. He signed it and everything.
Yeah. I mean,
Hulk
now I
Hogan.
would think it's probably worth, no one's getting more postcards from the Hulk.
Greg, earthquake put him in the hospital.
Is that right?
That piece of shit earthquake.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell.
Oh, it wasn't a
Rest
real
his
earthquake.
soul.
John Tenta.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was before he killed Damien with the same move that he used to put Hogan in the hospital. Killed Damien.
Well, you'd think Damien would have been ready for it.
Yeah.
He was in a sack. He didn't know it was coming.
Yeah. At least he.
What do you do now that you hit the roads down at the manor? What happens with the kids?
I live in a mansion, first of all,
Okay,
but
the
go
mansion.
ahead.
When at the mansion, now that you're away, cat's away, the mice will play. Last time we spoke to you, it seems like the mice were playing quite a bit.
What did you say? What?
Yesterday, you were talking cat. The cat. You've never heard the expression "when the cat's away, the mice will play."
No.
You're the cat, allegedly, according to you. Some are saying you're a mouse in the household, where your kid is running roughshod, running away from
There's a
home,
question about your child.
gambling. It's kind of like when the enforcer's not there, you allege to be the enforcer of your home. When you're away, what happens?
Oh, so you're asking like who's in charge and I'm away?
Well, I'm asking, if there's any control when you're away.
Well, that's not my concern. Like I'm not there. So,
Teenagers running the roost.
you know, like all right, my wife's in charge for those couple of days that I'm not home for the week, and when Dad comes home, everybody got to have their shit together. All right, but while I'm gone, all right, just don't let me hear about it. It's pretty much the way it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big
Good
weekend for
arrangement.
Cody.
Teens running the roost.
There you
running
go.
wild.
So tomorrow, the NBA releases its entire schedule. full schedule, entire NBA schedule is being released tomorrow. But we did find out a couple of days ago, I think it was yesterday, that the Christmas games. What are you doing over there?
He keeps making fun of me that
your
mic
mic's
is
off.
higher than mine.
There you go.
Well, I was just saying before, like his mic is normal at his face, and yours is just like, I need to talk way down here.
It's so ridiculous, the obsession with microphones.
It's not
around here.
ridiculous. There's no obsession.
It really is an obsession.
There's no
with
obsession.
microphones in this
Billy.
We are-
industry.
It really
Jeez
is.
Louise.
We are a show.
All right.
It's not an obsession. It's actually a necessity.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are you questioning that?
Whatever happened to the megaphone? Let's just get old-timey megaphones and,
That's
Do
right.
what and do what with it?
You know, football players need helmets.
It's obsession with helmets in the NFL.
They should, it's like motorcycles. You want to wear a helmet, you wear a helmet.
Yeah.
If you don't, you don't.
No. It's like motorcycles. If you want a motorcycle, you need a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, debatable.
So a couple days ago, the NBA, ahead of its schedule release tomorrow, they released their Christmas Day games. They got 5 Christmas Day
Fun
games
games.
like usual.
I mean,
But-
how those go. The NFL's playing on Christmas.
Well, and yes, the NFL has decided, they pulled up last year, the NFL, like Debo, and said, we're taking Christmas. All right. You're not in on all of the action on Christmas, Greg?
No, it's ridiculous. The NFL and NBA now are competing to out-Christmas the other. The only holiday where I love NFL games or pro games to watch on TV is Thanksgiving. Okay, that's a part of the ritual. Okay, you're timing the turkey so that it doesn't interrupt with the middle game that you really want to watch, et cetera, and so forth. But on Christmas Day, to quote a phrase, Jesus Christ, I mean, you can't. Whatever happened to Christmas? Christmas, and don't get me wrong, I'm not super religious. I'm not. Like, I'm not going to church on Christmas. I'll tell you that.
Relax.
Not that there's
Well,
anything wrong
technically,
with
nobody
that.
goes to
You could
church on
just-
Christmas.
You could just leave it at I'm not super religious.
Okay, but even so, Christmas, when I'm growing up, Christmas is it's a holiday. You revere the holiday. You watch the little kids open their gifts.
But so is Thanksgiving. It's a holiday.
Yeah, same thing. Thanksgiving, you're eating and drinking a lot and watching football on TV. Christmas
Sounds
used
like
to
Christmas too.
Christmas used to be that, and now it's 5 NFL games, not 1 or 2, 5 or 5 NBA games.
Yeah.
And 3 NFL games. You have 8 games competing with each other from late morning until late at
The
night.
Codys are considering moving Christmas.
Where's Christmas? Where's Christmas? It's just too much. It's excessive. That's all I'm saying.
But you don't have to watch the games.
I know, but they're on TV. I mean, you're a football fan. You're a hoops fan. You got to watch them.
Were you a Christmas Day or Christmas Eve family?
Right. I thought, now look, I don't know if you guys know, I'm Jewish. I understand that Christmas, it's more about Christmas Eve. Like, that's the big partying and the dinner. And it feels like that's why neither of those sports play on Christmas Eve.
I think it depends on the family.
Yeah, it does.
Like some people are Christmas Day people. Some
Yeah.
people are.
I make a big dinner on Christmas Eve. I mean, to your point, it's a special day as well. I just think sports have gone over. Especially, it used to be the NFL owned Christmas. Now the NBA, in the past several years, has been competing to the point where there are 5 games now instead of 3. It's too much. It's excessive.
I didn't like the reported slate for Christmas Day for the NBA. It should be noted, while everyone was assuming that the NFL was going to totally take over Christmas, there was a nice little rating story for the NBA last year as the NFL went behind their Netflix paywall and whatnot. People were tuning in on cable, and the ratings for the NBA did increase despite the extra competition.
You got Cavaliers at Knicks.
Fun game.
Let me guess. Lakers, Mavs. I haven't seen it. Are they playing?
No, both those teams are playing, but not against each other. Cavaliers at Knicks, because the Knicks always have the noon game at Madison Square Garden. And then you got Spurs at Thunder.
Fun game.
Mavericks at Warriors.
Fun game.
Rockets at Lakers.
Big game, not a big game.
That's a big game.
That's a big game, I agree.
Durant, Doncic.
LeBron.
LeBron's second. Doncic's team. And Timberwolves, Nuggets. That's a late game.
Is there a bigger indictment? Like, we've talked a lot about the Heat and how they're just kind of on the downtick. We haven't even sniffed a Christmas game in a few years.
I mean, look at the Indiana Pacers. They made the finals. They don't get.
But it's just like we used to be I felt like there
We
was
weren't
a
every
good
year.
there
We
was
were
a good 8-year stretch where we were just one of those teams.
LeBron.
Yeah.
But he wasn't here 8 years. I feel like even after him,
Shaq and Wade before
but
that.
he's just like
Played on Christmas in 2023.
Yeah, but there were
5 years ago.
But
Was
after
that it's Milwaukee,
I think
maybe?
after I think
2 years
Philadelphia.
Ago, sorry.
I think after the bubble and they made the finals in the bubble, they didn't get a Christmas game. Recently post
Just
LeBron,
feels-
it's been kind of.
I think if you can have 5 games on Christmas, one of them's got to be a stinker. You know, throw in Wizards against Jazz.
What? Why?
It's like, what?
Why would you want a bad game?
Weird.
No,
Different.
you do. You toss in a stinker there so that you can enjoy the meal and enjoy the time. Like, this is when I need to casually pay attention to, if at all.
Give me a 2-hour break.
Exactly
with
right.
Wizards and Jazz, and then you get back to the real
I
game.
like this idea, and that should be Christmas morning when people are opening their presents.
Yes.
They should add more games. It should be wall to wall. It should be like Boxing Day is for the
Right.
Premier League. You just go wall to wall.
Yep.
Can you just imagine what Greg just suggested on Christmas Day?
Just
the
terrible.
abomination of Wizards and Jazz.
It's just a bad idea.
You're lying to me.
He's right, though.
You're lying to me if you're not putting that game on while you're unwrapping Christmas Day presents in the morning.
Yes, thank you.
If there is an NBA game going on, it tips off at 7 a.m. Eastern time.
You're asleep.
I'm watching
Lord's
the Christmas
time
story.
zone.
No way.
On
Yeah.
Christmas
Tony,
morning?
On Christmas
You
morning,
want-
you guys
Tony,
are-
welcome.
You guys are awake.
I got
Welcome
a
to parenthood.
5-year-old.
Oh, dude, you think you're going to
Christmas morning.
Are you crazy? What time do you think you're going to wake up on Christmas moving forward?
Right now, this Christmas, probably
Maybe
like 9.
Maybe
You're
you get one
insane.
more.
This Christmas,
A newborn since
This
you're
Christmas-
not a
You
newborn.
retired? You wake up at 9?
9. What time do you wake up every day?
Well, every day I wake up at like
On weekends. When
on
you wake up.
weekends. Saturday mornings I wake up at 6:30, play hoops at 7.
So why do you think you're going to wake
Well,
up at 9?
You're not going to do that.
because we got
Sounds
Noche
terrible.
Buena the
Dude,
night
your
before. You
parents
got
are going to be, the in-laws are going to be, it's your kid's first Christmas. If you think you're getting any rest on Christmas
You think
Day,
we're
you are
having
out of your
Christmas
mind.
at our house?
You think it's up to you?
Of course I do.
They're just ding dong, and the whole family is there.
I'm not going to
we
put up a
brought
tree.
the presents.
I think
You can't
Tony,
come over. I don't
You're
have a tree.
not putting up a tree on your kid's first
Nah,
Christmas.
Tony's gotta
Take
be
the
here.
kid away from this family.
Tony, you
Full
get
of
one
shit.
more
There's
year.
gonna be a
'cause
tree.
The baby's so young right now. You have this year, but after this year, 8 a.m.
No.
You're like in your house
Chris,
every morning.
I don't think he has this year because while he may be playing it cool, Mama ain't.
Yeah, that's true.
It's baby's first Christmas.
Yeah.
To be
We need
honest,
the
I'm a big
photos.
fan of Christmas trees, so I will get the
Of course
real
you will.
Christmas
Gotta
tree.
have a tree.
Okay, we'll get a real tree.
You're
you
about to get
flipped on
boss
that.
around on this
I'm a
holiday.
real tree.
anyways.
I'm a real tree.
You're not
But-
my friend.
Seems as though maybe the in-laws are going to do Christmas, so everybody goes over there to celebrate Christmas. We got nieces and nephews, we got other family, so it's like a giant thing over there, not at my house.
You're going to be awake in time for Jazz Wizards. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that.
I'm realizing now that I am so far ahead of you guys when it comes to the kids.
Yeah.
And you're
careful
talking
here.
about what time you have to wake up on the weekends and what time. Like, do you want to ask me when I wake up on the weekends? Ask me
When do you wake up?
We don't care.
whenever I want. Whenever I want.
I mean, your kids are just running around town.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're
it seems
doing
like
whatever
your
they
kids
want.
Going to
do whatever
Chicago
they
this
want
weekend for
anyway.
UFC, and of course, me and Cody.
Lawless.
Jeez.
Lawless.
You need the crap game early on, so if you get a TV for Christmas, you like don't miss. Like you're setting it up, and you don't really miss.
I
a
mean, but that's
ton.
why you have Cavs.
That's
Knicks.
why you have a bad game at the beginning.
That's why the Knicks are always
So you
there.
can quickly plug out and
Yeah.
plug in.
You need like a crap sandwich of games, like a bad first one, a bad last one, and then like in the middle is where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is
That's where the
alright.
crap is.
Well, then you got the NFL, Greg. All
Well,
right.
they did this wrong.
How so?
Well, because the first game is Cowboys Commanders.
All
big
three
game.
NFL games. If we were doing big game, not a big game, all three of these games.
8:15.
games.
all three big games.
Yeah,
I think
next
so.
one's a big one. Lions Vikings.
Big game.
Yeah. Now the
NFC North.
8:15 Prime Video. Now we're going on from Netflix over to Prime. We're switching channels, switching stations. Broncos Chiefs.
Big massive game.
That is a banger.
Massive game.
That's a banger.
Broncos are gonna have to show us though.
I mean,
By that point in the season, we're gonna know if it's
Yeah.
a big game or not a big game.
Yeah, I mean that's like week 17.
Yeah, week
maybe?
17.
Fight for a playoff spot. though.
everyone loves the Broncos this year, man.
But it's too much for you, huh?
They're an it team.
And the Pats. The Pats everyone likes too.
Yeah, but I would do the same thing with the NFL. You know, throw in a Browns Titans game or something. You know, just for a respite instead of 3 in a row. But yeah, the combination of NBA and NFL, 8 games on Christmas Day is too much. It's simply overload.
What would you do, Greg, for Thanksgiving football games? Because I feel like Thanksgiving games, the late game is the one that I'm always kind of, by that time.
So was Steelers Ravens.
my energy. Well, last year was Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
And it was a terrible
I always
game.
picture it being an AFC North game.
It was a really bad game for the Dolphins. I think it was Dolphins,
Packers. It was their worst game of the year.
And it wasn't close.
I heard
And
the big dog talking about this morning, like 20 missed tackles in that game.
I think the money game is the middle one. I think the prime game on Thanksgiving is the middle
The
one.
late one,
Cowboys.
The late one, you're already like, my energy is already down. I'm tryptophan or whatever it's called
Oh,
inside
the
of
itis.
me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been watching some dog show.
I
and
know.
then football and another football parade. Like, I can't anymore.
No, by the late game, I've been hammering Jim Beam all day. You know, I'm not ready to watch 3 more hours. of football.
Late game
drink
is big,
Jim
by the
Beam.
way.
Tony, you see what this Thanksgiving
The
slate is?
slate is crazy.
Go ahead.
Why did you
Green
say
Bay at Detroit. Big game.
It's a whole new world with Detroit being
Massive
good.
game.
It's crazy. It really changes the entire dynamic of that holiday.
Yeah, not so funny now. The Lions. Come on.
4:30, right when you're getting over to your family's house, you're going to start getting the turkey out. Kansas City, Dallas.
Great googly moogly.
Big game.
That's a big game.
And then as you're winding down for the night, maybe you're getting that extra piece of pecan pie or pumpkin pie.
Pumper.
Cincinnati, Baltimore.
Sweet Templars of
AFC
Toledo.
North. But Greg doesn't like it. Greg wants a stinker mixed in somewhere there.
Those Browns, Panthers. I mean, come on.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Saints. Throw in the Saints.
Yeah.
Somebody I don't want to see. That way I'm not obliged to watch. I can concentrate on my meal. I'm in the kitchen doing a turkey. I don't have to worry about the TV.
You're in the garage barefoot.
Well, that's true. Make
Can
a
we put
bronze
up that statue,
A
by the
bronze
way?
statue out of that one. Ridiculous.
AI made a statue of my dad. It's recreating the photo of him out in the parking garage frying a turkey barefoot.
Is this like jumping off the Tom Brady statue?
It looks.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, it's got a Poppy face.
It looks like Poppy.
If you really
Levitard.
zoom in, the face has Poppy vibes, but it's clearly
He's barefoot.
It's clearly that photo. I mean, it's your.
And you got the you're frying the turkey.
That's
No,
Poppy.
that look. Oh well, you
It's
know
the
what?
eyebrow, yeah,
That
it's the
really
eyebrow.
does look like Poppy.
People's
like
eyebrow
Poppy.
there.
That is that's a dead ringer for Poppy.
I think that's Lyndon B. Johnson again.
It's Dwayne Wade statuesque, where it's like every detail about it outside of the face is perfect,
Right.
but the face kind of throws you off.
What about the toenails? Does it have?
That is one thing pointed out that it's my
Are they
dad's
manicured?
toenails are these are kept. Actually, I'm looking down at that toenail.
Not long enough.
Yeah,
Because that'd be hell of an attention. By the way, look at those calves on that
Thank
stat.
you.
Boy, you're in great shape.
Wait,
You know
is
what? I
this,
work out. What
Let
can
me
I
see
tell
your
you?
stand up over there.
It's
Let's
an
see if
AI
those if you have real
failure where
calves.
I got long pants on.
You can pull them up.
You got nice calves. They always surprise me whenever you're in shorts.
pull
I
a
do
calf
have
up.
nice
Pull a
calves.
calf
Look
up.
at
Let's see.
that.
It's like Boog
Let's
Shambi.
see if he
light.
can. Let's see if he can pull a calf up here.
I'm glad you laughed. Boog Shambi's got the craziest
Massive
calves.
calves.
Zaz used to produce Boog Shambi. He can tell you stories about those calves and that they're big. All the stories are he's just.
I mean,
got
those
the
are
calves.
old people's shoes, but yeah, the calves are nice.
Kind of petered out.
Yeah, I was like, he can tell you stories about those calves. Like what?
It's like, well, yeah,
Calves
well,
still got a student loan.
he's
one
got
time.
big calves. All right, you can see on the story. I don't think there's a whole lot more to that right there. Great calves, though.
Thank you very much.
Your calves
I
look
was
more.
talking about Boog.
Yours looked more impressive in the statue. I'm not
I
gonna
lead
lie.
the league in calves.
One time I had a massive bet down. It was my last bet. I just said, I'll just bet all this. And then I got 2 aces. And and then I was like, I don't know if I have enough money, but can I get some credit, like from the casino to bet on this other ace? And they're like, no. And I'm like, does anyone else want to buy an ace? But everyone else there was betting small.
You were at a
So anyways,
$5
I said,
table.
No, I don't like the. What the hell? I'm watching the draft.
What? Norm, what?
I was just watching the draft.
Okay, all right.
So, anyways, my 2 aces, I go, hit me. I have 2. You know what I mean? So I have to hit. So I have an ace and an ace. It's a 2, so I hit it.
Oh, no.
Because you couldn't
Boom.
split it. Here come the face buds.
12. Boom. 22.
Oh.
So as obviously I would have had 2 21s. Instead, I have 1 22.
Mike, I'm pretty sure I have this right. It was not draft day. It was like 6 months after the draft. Norm was doing that as an audio joke. Do you have a date on when that sound was
It
from?
was also in the morning. I mean,
He was
not
watching an old draft
That's what
on one of the sport-dedicated channels, either NBA TV or NFL
I
Network.
think he put it up as a prop. I think because he was on a sports show, he just wanted the interruption, the loudness, because he loved awkward so much. We talked to him about the ESPYs. I'm telling you, there's never been a crueler or cooler monologue than the one this guy did at the ESPYs because of how uncomfortable he made an assortment of people.
who was most upset with you after that night?
Ken Griffey Jr.
Really?
Did he say something?
Yeah, they told me, like after the show, they were, there's this big party, and they were always like, all through the show, this party's going to be great. And then at the end, I go, where's that party? And they're like, I probably should just go back to the hotel.
That's how you learned that you were not invited to Ken Griffey Jr.'s party?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you remember most about that night? Is there one joke that you're particularly proud of, and you tend to be someone who doesn't, you don't do a lot of reveling in the past. You move on. But is there anything in particular that you are proud of there?
Well, Woodson won the Heisman that year.
It's a good joke.
And so I said, they can never take that away from you unless you kill your wife on a waiter.
It's so good, man. It's such a good joke. It really is. Stugotz, I was laughing because a lot of people were sending out video. He's funny across the decades. The bit that he did on Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, 10 days after his death, like walking the tightrope of too soon, but he did the joke so deftly, so well. He's like, imagine that. He died. Crocodile hunter. Killed by a fish. All the other crocodiles super mad. Like, did it deftly. I'm not doing it justice. The idea that he would be 10 days after someone's death. It was a beloved time.
Yes.
Everybody was still mourning that death, and he was able to do that.
Next up, TLS favorite Brad Williams.
Now, Dan, imagine what you just experienced being a 6-foot whatever man. Now put that in a 4-foot man as I'm trying to cross the street last night.
This episode is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
A lot going on around the National Football League. Tony, can you help us out here? We got some headlines. What is going on around the league?
Zaz, we have a massive deal done in Western New York. James Cook, 4 years, $48 million for running back James Cook. Obviously, if you've been watching Hard Knocks, you know that he was in a hold-in. Right? Not a hold out, hold in.
If I can interrupt you for 1 second, can we kick in some NFL music? Because that means this is serious business.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, if NFL music is playing, then we know stop what you're doing and pay attention to what is being said. So let's get
an important note. Yeah.
Yes.
That is a good note.
Everyone
Thank
knows
you.
that, right?
Good producing, Zaz.
If you're listening to something, you hear the music, oh my God, like, this is serious stuff. Tony, you're up.
Thank you.
Well, not that one.
Hold on.
I'm also really impressed by the geography there of knowing it's Western New York. I had no idea.
But they always say it. Yeah, Western New York.
Yeah,
Western
I know.
New York.
You watched Hard Knocks
I'm also
last
locked
night?
in on Hard Knocks, yeah.
I forgot it was on last night. That first, and you know why I forgot it was on last night? That first episode was a bore. Was it
And
any
it's
good
the
last
Bills.
night?
You hate the Bills.
And I hate the Bills, and I know what's gonna happen, Greg. They're gonna make Josh Allen into this, like, he's a cool guy. He's a good guy.
They did. They have.
And I don't want to like Josh Allen. I hate the Bills. I don't want to like him.
I feel like the whole Hard Knocks franchise is on fumes. And I've thought this for years. It was an innovative idea. It had its run. I don't watch it anymore.
You want to take a sip of your
Emotionally.
coffee? You want to take a sip of your water?
It's just not what it used to be, man, you know?
I am getting emotional talking about it. I mean,
I'm
okay,
just
Greg.
thinking
Fight
about
through.
Bobby Scipio right now.
I still don't understand why your wife's ex-boyfriend was sleeping over your house, but
it's a long story. Am I the only one who doesn't like Hard Knocks anymore? I'm not riveted to it. Like
No,
I've seen it before. I don't trust it.
No.
I don't trust that it's 24-hour access, that it's going to be a tell-all,
Chris.
that it's going to do.
Chris.
Not this one either?
No, this is a useless sound montage.
What was that music?
Don't worry
Useless
about it.
sound montage.
Useless sound montage. You can find.
hell?
All right, you played the two that you can't. Find literally any other one.
Oh, that's better. Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yes.
Works.
Speaking of what you were talking about.
Oh, I'm so into the music. No, I'm done with it. I don't trust it. I don't think it's going to be edited.
Well, you don't
Okay.
trust it like you think they're lying to you?
I think that they're showing us only as much of what really goes on as they want. If Josh Allen says anything or does anything that's embarrassing after the fact, they're going to say no, edit that out. I just don't think it's as revealing as it pretends to be.
They did show Vontae Davis like sobbing, asking for his grandma after being traded.
Yeah, okay. I mean, every
That
once
was
in a while,
also 15 years ago.
Yeah,
that
every
I'm
once in a while,
referencing.
every once in a while you get a moment, but it's almost like I've seen
Two
this
Dolphins
before.
Hard Knocks ago.
Yeah, it's just
Rest
like,
in peace, Vontae Davis.
just give me the games. I don't want to
Jeff
see all that
Ireland.
background. I don't want to see the sausages made. I love driving a sports car. I don't want to see the car assembled at the plant. You know what I mean? I want to watch a football game. I
I
don't
think
want to
most
see the
people that have
background.
sports cars are the opposite. Like, they're really into the sports cars and, like, all the, like, nooks and crannies of their sports cars. Oh.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, you're right.
Well,
He's right.
Well put, Tony.
So
Tony, let's go.
The hard knocks thing. I get what you're saying. They're trying to make Josh Allen. He's the MVP.
I don't
want
wanna
to
like him.
Player. They're making him super likable. He's got this wife.
He's already got Haley
She's
Steinfeld,
she's
yeah.
a superstar in Hollywood. And it's like, what else can the guy have? Like, he's got everything.
Yeah.
What is he missing? He's got a good.
He turned down more money. He was like,
Turned down more
I'll
money.
take a little bit less so the other people can enough.
I mean, what has she done after Pitch Perfect?
Whoa.
So just
She's
wasn't
just in a
Sinners.
hit
Yeah, she wasn't good in
movie.
Sinners, yeah.
Overrated movie.
Anyways,
I don't like
this weekend's episode of Hard Knocks, nice. The problem is, Zaz, you got the stars are obviously the lower tier guys and trying to make the roster, trying to fight for a spot, so you get enamored with their story. You got like KJ Hamler, who's been fun. You got the little scooter. I don't know if you've been watching that. Joe Andreessen, Buffalo Joe, been a fun little thing. They actually gave a shout out to the Bustin' on the Boys pod. They were on this episode of Hard Knocks, and to make Josh Allen feel even better and seem even better, I think it was Taylor Lewan's like, yeah, I've got a little ranch, 13 acres, whatever. And Josh is like, yeah, I've got a place out in Central California, 1,500 acres, but I don't want to talk
Pistachio
about
farm?
it.
Hate that
whatever.
guy. Hate that thing.
And it's like, oh, sorry, dude, you 1,500 acres, and all this money, and you're just cool guy. Everything's cool. But major plot line, James Cook now paid.
I don't think they hit on that at all in episode 1. Kind of feels like an important thing when your top running back with 16 touchdowns
Episode 2,
last
they
year.
dive into it.
Okay.
Brandon Beane's like, yeah, he's doing a hold in, not a hold out, so he's in meetings or whatever. And you kind of see him like there, and then he'll just like fade out of screen. And you're like, oh, where'd he go? Oh, he's not in the meeting anymore.
Is Sean McDermott the most boring coach in the NFL? Pretty boring.
Visually, he is. Yes.
Just boring guy.
He's a nice guy. Hard
Exactly.
worker. Western
Exactly.
New York, lunch pail type of guy.
So James Cook signed a deal.
Same James Cook. Same deal I think that Kyron Williams got.
Okay.
4 for 48.
All right.
Big deal there. So, on a couple more headlines.
He's from Nebraska, by the way, not Western New York.
Yeah, but he's in Western New York now.
He's an
Western New
Omaha
York
man.
guy. Oh.
Yeah.
Once an Omaha man, always an Omaha man. Jordan Love sneakily had a procedure on his left thumb, had surgery on his left thumb, and we're trying to figure out if he's going to be ready for week 1. They say he is, but again, injuries linger.
I got to tell you, I'm out on this Jordan Love.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why?
Yeah, really.
Why?
Well, you had 8 good games, and they're like, here's all the money. Tua Tagovailoa gets all the in the same offseason when they both got paid. Tua gets all this criticism. We don't know if he's worth it. You saw 8 games of Jordan Love, and nobody questioned it. And then the very next year, last year, he wasn't that great last year.
I agree with you. I think he's got a lot to prove
Whoa.
with that contract.
Whoa.
This room does not agree.
He won a playoff game.
I understand. I know.
That's a lot more. You compared him to Tua. Tua, just make the playoffs.
All right,
All right.
He won a playoff game. Great. He has one more playoff win than Tua.
You say no to that trade, though? I mean,
Won it on
it's
the
obvious,
road.
right?
Jordan Love or Tua?
Yeah, like
absolutely.
Just heads up, you do that
Absolutely.
if you're the Dolphins.
Nope.
Oh, I would do it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, Tua's resume overall is better than Jordan Love.
If you add in collegiate, yeah.
No, I'm not adding in collegiate.
You're saying
Well,
just
then it's
NFL
not.
resume.
I'm just going with my eyes.
Yeah.
My eyes. I would go Jordan Love.
In terms of passing yards, Tua's probably got him beat. I mean, Tua did have a monster season.
Well, according to every stat, he would have him beat. I mean, Jordan
Right.
Love has been a starting quarterback for 2 years in the league.
Yeah, I think Tua is better than Jordan Love.
I think everyone else, though, would take Jordan Love over Tua. Like,
Yeah.
outside of Miami, I don't think there's a question if you're given the two.
All right.
And they did play, as mentioned earlier.
Woof.
Didn't go well.
Tony, what else you got? Jordan Love having surgery?
Najee Harris. Remember, he had a firework accident July 4th.
Oh, yeah. Is he like a Cyclops now? We haven't seen him yet.
Lacerated his eye. I don't know what happened there. It'd say it was a facial
Yeah, I
injury.
missed that too.
You didn't hear that?
You got shot in the eye with a firework?
Something happened.
He's a Cyclops now.
yeah,
Oh,
we don't know
wow.
exactly
Oh my
what
God.
happened.
He doesn't know how many eyes he has.
He was blinded?
I don't know, blinded, but
They've
he
been
had some
really
damage to the
coy
eye.
about
gosh.
what the injury is.
They have.
All we know is I think Drew Rosenhaus said that it's a what's it called?
Superficial.
Yes.
It's
yes.
a superficial eye injury.
Meanwhile, we haven't seen him yet.
There's something about Drew, man. I don't know what it is.
It's magical.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, Jordan Love, because of Tua's injuries, had a much better season than Tua last year.
That's 1 year. Tua's been a starter in this league for 4+ years.
I mean, I'd say that this is off to a fairly consistent start for Jordan Love as a starter, and we still have questions about Tua.
Jordan Love wasn't. That's my whole point. Jordan Love was nothing special last year, and everyone's on board with Jordan Love being this franchise quarterback, and there's still a million questions about Tua. Rightfully so, by the way. Like it's totally sensible to question Tua. But Jordan Love, we're all convinced. We're convinced he's the guy.
Zaz, you know how this is going to land. You're the anti-Jordan Love guy now.
I don't care.
You're gonna
whatever.
Be,
you want to label me that?
Packard Nation's going to be all up on
Come
you.
at me.
You know who's in that same category as Jordan Love? He's the guy who everybody thinks is great, Justin Herbert. What has Justin Herbert done? He is overrated
Looked
right now.
really good as a quarterback.
He's fallen off a
He's
little bit.
terrific
I
looking,
think in
but-
Big year
people's
coming, though.
tiers. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fallen off.
He has, but like for me, I think Tua is just as good as
So you would
Justin
say no
Herbert.
to that trade too?
Well,
you
that's
guys
not
are,
true.
you guys are taking
think
crazy pills in there.
Many people wouldn't say that. If you can tell me Tua makes the Pro Bowl his only season of complete health, if you can tell me Tua stays healthy, I think he's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Herbert has appeared in 2 playoff games, 0-2, and not just 0-2, but embarrassing losses in both of them. The first one blew a 27-0 lead.
I was there. I was in person.
How was that?
Big game.
Oh, I lost so much money.
That screwed me out of so much money.
my God.
We won big time there.
Can you imagine? What would the
Cameron
response be
Dicker.
if Tua blew a 27-0 lead in the playoffs? They throw him out of the league. All right. Justin Herbert, that was his first playoff game. And Justin Herbert's second playoff game last year, he had 3 interceptions all of the regular season. Guess how many interceptions he had in the playoff game last year? And if you go under 3.5, you're a loser.
Zaz, Skylar Thompson has more career postseason passing yards than Tua.
I don't know what to do with that information.
It's a weird stat.
Because it doesn't help your Tua narrative.
Well, look, no, I'm not trying to tell you that Tua is definitely this franchise quarterback. The point I'm making is I don't understand why guys like Jordan Love were convinced that they are.
Because I see Jordan Love move out of the pocket, and I'm like, okay, decent. When Tua does it, I go, oh, no!
That's fair.
That's one reason.
That's fair.
Everything has to go perfect for Tua. Like, these other guys, they can kind of, make a good play out of a bad play.
They can color outside the lines a little bit more
There
than
it
Tua
is.
can.
That's what I was looking
Which
at.
is, if Tua starts coloring outside of the lines, we've seen what happens, and it's not always good.
I think what Zazzo's saying is when he colors inside the lines, he's so much better.
He's great
in
color
Zazzo's
inside
opinion.
the lines, yeah.
When he colors outside the lines, it's like another book that he's coloring. Where
Right.
these guys, when they color outside the lines, you're like, oh, come on,
looks
sweetie,
good.
just a little bit over more. Like, don't do so much of the zigzag. Just, try to follow the line.
Well, the one thing I think we can all agree on, and I think Dolphin fans feel this way, it was the same with Ryan Tannehill. You went 7 years with Tannehill going, is he good? How good is he? And it's the same with Tua. Halfway through his NFL career almost, largely for health reasons, you're going, is Tua that good? Is he all that? Can we win with Tua? So
pocket
that's
stuff.
fair.
The pocket stuff has nothing to do with health, though. Like, he's just bad out of the pocket.
Well, but that's...
You see Jaden Daniels, you see Josh Allen. Josh Allen, when he's out of the pocket, good golly, it's pretty.
Okay, but they don't want him out of the pocket because they don't want him sacked and get another concussion.
That's the game, though. You got to be able to do that stuff.
Well,
he's limited. That's what, like, when Tua has a perfect 3-step drop, yes, he's accurate.
Right.
Like, no one denies that. But that's not how football works.
Right.
Did anyone overestimate their value more than Ryan Tannehill, thinking like, oh, I went from like, I was on like a playoff team a couple years ago to like, you know what? I'm only gonna sign with a team that's in contention.
He's
where
waiting
I'm
for the
gonna
right
start.
situation.
Yeah, and he's gonna keep waiting.
Yeah.
Like, just go back up, Patrick.
You
Mahomes
notice
or
he was not
something.
in retired or not retired.
But
well, because he still thinks that someone's going to come calling us. Like, oh, Ryan, we have this ready-made playoff team, and we need a driver, and it's you. That's not going to happen, Ryan Tannehill. Sign elsewhere right now.
Tannehill would have been great for retired or not retired, but he's also a good example of how sometimes you don't retire, the NFL retires you. Because they don't want you anymore.
Profound.
Different game, though.
Someone would 100% take Ryan Tannehill as a backup today, but he wants to be a starter on a team in contention. Like, when the Steelers don't have a quarterback and they're not calling you because they're waiting around for Aaron Rodgers, like, that's a sign, buddy. You're not going to get a starting call right now. Just take a backup job, hope that your quarterback gets injured, sign with a team where the quarterback's going to get hurt, and then in 2 years you'll be a starter again.
And frankly, if I would rather have in Miami backing up Tua, I would rather have Tannehill than Zach Wilson. I don't think I'm alone there.
I don't think
Tannehill
they bring
is
him
proven.
back just because of that.
Yeah,
they don't want that problem for Tua. Tua, like with the backup situation, I don't know this, but like part of it is kind of like they need a backup that
no one wants,
not going to be a threat to
that
Tua.
none of the fans
want.
want.
Like they've been doing a bad job going too
There's a little
far.
truth to that.
They've been going too far in the opposite direction, where it's like, okay, this person's not a threat at all, and like also this person seems incompetent in the filling in this role situation because none of his backups have been good with this system, right?
There's truth to that.
Quinn Ewers was bad.
That was not this
is
system.
not as bad
He
as
was
everybody's making him
in the
seem.
preseason game, he was terrible.
No, he wasn't. He was hitting people in the hands. They were dropping passes.
Yeah, I don't think he was that bad.
He wasn't terrible.
Well, he lost 2 fumbles.
That was not good.
One of them was a sack on 4th down. It was possession anyway.
All right.
Bad game for Quinn Ewers.
If you're looking for the most optimistic spin you could possibly have for Tua in his career, if you're looking at a guy who isn't necessarily known for being out of the pocket, was considered undersized, accurate thrower, first 4 seasons as a starter, only starts 1 playoff game, loses that game, Drew Brees.
There it is.
The rest of his career escalates from there, and he goes down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That's not saying that's what Tua's going to be, but over the course of the first 5 seasons, 0-1 in the playoffs, really accurate passer. Theoretically, it can go better from here. The difference being it took Drew Brees changing franchises and going from then San Diego to New Orleans.
I'm going to go on the record. Sometimes you got to go on the record. I'm going to go on the record here because we're talking about Jordan Love. Green Bay Packers this year, last in the NFC North.
Behind the Bears?
On the record.
Hate him.
On the record. Yeah, if I said last, that would be behind the Bears.
You heard it.
They're not moving divisions.
Behind the Bears?
You remember they're in that division.
This has potential. It has real potential to be an embarrassing look for you. I cannot wait for this audio.
In the NFC North.
I cannot wait for this audio.
There's only one way that it doesn't if they're actually last in the North.
That's right.
That's
I
right.
mean, I hope Jordan Love wins MVP. In fact, I'm putting in.
That's not a terrible prediction because if Caleb Williams has a much better season, which he will, the Bears have a very good chance to be appreciative.
How you like your ally?
I mean, it's not what I was hoping for, but we'll see. It remains to be seen.
You
Wait to
hate
see.
him so much. I don't know what
I'm just speaking
Love ever
truth. That's all it
did
is.
to
It's not about
you.
hate.
You know, you're a hater.
It's basically just are the Bears going to be better than the Packers?
Is Caleb Williams going to be better than Jordan Love? Is basically what the bet.
Jordan Hate over here.
That's right.
But
I'm not
it's
sitting
Ben
here telling you.
Johnson, too.
I'm not sitting here telling you the Packers will win 3 games. Maybe the Packers win 8 games. Last in the NFC North. That's what I'm saying. Tony, go ahead.
Getting back to Najee Harris. Superficial eye injury for July 4th, the fireworks. Back in practice. Back doing drills. Back running again. So good to see.
Is he wearing a patch?
Good for him.
We don't know if he's wearing a patch or not.
Like a pirate?
You have to wear a patch.
He's probably wearing a visor, so nobody kind of gets in there with a hand. But I don't think a patch is working.
Ooh, that's a dirty move because like a lot of things happen in the bottom of
Exactly
a pile for a
right.
running back. You think someone's going to try and poke him?
You got to get the Willis McGahee all black. You remember when he used to play for the Ravens? He had the all black visor.
Wow, look at
How did they not ban that?
I think they did.
Did they?
I think they might have.
You have to have a prescription, I
They
believe.
ban everything that's
What if you
fun.
got one eye?
I feel like they
You
can
can
make
get half.
That's a
half an eye
disability. I
patch,
feel like I think Billy's right. You have half a visor.
Now you have to supply your own visor.
Can't be good for a running back to have one eye.
You can't play running back with one eye, right? You got to play with two.
I don't know. You sleep with one eye open, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, but how about trying to hit the hole? You got to see both eyes.
Do you do anything else with one eye open?
Hey.
Yeah, like when you're doing archery.
Skeet shooting too.
Yeah.
You know?
Skeeting.
Yeah. Any other headlines, Tony?
A couple of tertiary headlines
You
here.
wink with one eye
Tyrod
open.
Taylor.
That's
That's true. Tyrod Taylor has surgery. He's done for the preseason. And Rondale Moore, season ends again on a knee injury.
All right.
With the Vikings.
I think we've tapped all the
On the list of
there.
things nobody cares about.
No, I care
We
about
are getting
Rondale
to the
Moore.
bottom of the
I care
barrel.
about Rondale Moore.
All
Remember that college game day piece that they did on Purdue and the
was fun. It
cancer
was nice,
situation?
yeah.
Rondale Moore had a hell of a game. Purdue was America's team for one brief night, and Urban Meyer had to wear that.
Good job, Tony.
Yep, good job, Tony.
And those
Just
are
filling you in.
Tony's NFL headlines.
Just filling you in on what's going on around the league, just in case you're like, where's Rondale Moore, who's a Viking? Now he's done.
Okay, baseball notes now, Jeremy.
So tonight is this New Heights, right? Tonight's this New Heights episode with the Kelsey brothers that Taylor Swift, we've been talking about this for like 36 hours now. That's happening tonight, right? Is that going to be, like, is this going to be like the most listened to podcast ever? I mean, when I say that, it sounds like a stupid thing to say, but I don't know. It feels like maybe it's going to be like this massive listen.
They already jumped up in the podcast charts to number 1 just off the news. Like they were 5 or 6. Like not that I track these things, but yeah, yesterday they skyrocketed up before it even came out.
And the timing is not coincidental. Taylor Swift just announced that she's got a brand new album coming out.
There you go, Dad.
Yeah,
nothing gets by you.
The album is going to be number 1 for several weeks. It's a guarantee. And she could be on for 10 seconds and say nothing. And just the fact that they can advertise her being on is going to make this just...
You really got your thumb on the pulse of this story.
Well, I mean, what am I missing?
No, he knows it's not a coincidence that, she's coming on at the same time. The timing is, also happens to be, coming out with an album. I don't know. Makes sense. Yeah.
Are you guys going to listen to this episode?
No.
I might.
Yeah? How?
Yeah. I'm a Swiftie. I'm a closet Swiftie.
Are you?
Yeah. I
Wow.
like Taylor
Is your
Swift.
coming out here?
Yeah,
Name
no.
3 of her songs.
Why don't you just
I
tell us?
don't want to take a quiz, but I admire her. I think she's a great businesswoman. I like her music. I think she's very talented.
On the list of things that you admire about her, what is the power ranking? Because you said that like businesswoman was the first thing that you did, and then you said I gotta like her music.
I mean, she had all that stuff with her where she lost the rights to her music for a while. She made the most of that. She's a billionaire, which isn't usual in the music industry. She sort of has traversed from a country type feel to very much a pop feel.
on.
So she's genre bending.
Yeah.
I just think she's very admirable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see on her tour she gave like the truck drivers like a bonus of like $100,000 stuff? Like
Very
charitable.
Taylor. Very
Yeah.
Taylor.
It's
Yeah.
very Taylor.
I feel like if we asked ChatGPT about this Taylor stuff, we would have gotten everything my dad just said.
You're very critical today.
I know.
Yeah,
so.
that's
today.
I'm glad you chastised him. This is the one episode in sports content history that everyone's looking forward to that you actually don't have to listen to if you're in media, and you'll know everything that happens on this episode because everything's going to get clipped.
Yep.
Every single thing, everything
Everything.
that she says, you will know. You don't actually have to download this
Now,
episode.
is it going to be like an in-studio appearance, or she's going to be on her own separate Zoom?
She's next to Travis.
Yeah, in the clip, she's next to Travis.
It would have been great if she was with Jason and
Yes.
Travis was available via Zoom.
Yeah.
So if she's going to be with Travis, it'll be a little bit like when you were sitting on the same side of the booth with your wife then.
That's a very good point by you.
They're just gonna be like next to
that.
each other like
yeah,
that?
just like that.
You were the original Travis and Taylor.
Yeah, you know what?
Look
That's a
at you
good
guys,
point.
just a bunch of hut sluts,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Very nice. It's a love story. Probably my favorite song of hers. Now that I think about it, it just popped into my mind.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
See, I'm not criticizing that. That was good.
That was impressive.
Wow. All right.
Okay, so that's interesting that you say that because it reminds me. I want to talk about a couple shows on TV right now, and I'm reminded of The Bear because that song was in the television show The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching The Bear season 4 right now. Has anyone watched it? Has anyone finished season 4?
How did you make it to a 4th season of that?
Oh, you bailed on it?
Yes.
Season 3 was not good.
I bailed after 2. I heard season 3 was out.
Oh, season 2 is
Halfway
good.
through season 2, I'm like, I get it.
Really?
Yeah, I get
I'm
it.
the only one that's still with
there's
the
a lot.
bear?
There's a lot that goes into making a sandwich. I'm good.
It's not that intense. I've worked in a restaurant.
Wow,
We get it. You're out of fries.
I'm the only one.
I'm still hanging on to the bear, but I will say this. What's ludicrous to me is they classify that as a comedy. The last season was
That's
some of the darkest show on TV. It was depressing.
What?
It was somber.
Pumpernickel shortage or something?
Crazy.
That's not
Cousin, chef. I got it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Behind.
Wow, I can't believe you guys are all out on the bear. I'm I think 7 episodes through season 4.
Okay.
I'll probably finish.
How many
it
of the
tonight.
episodes do they have a stressful situation in the kitchen of those that you've seen?
I'll be honest with you. This season 4 so far, I don't think there's been any stressful situations in the kitchen.
I might come back then.
It's
Is there
been-
actual character development, or is that not a thing they pay attention to either?
I think season 4 it's back. Like season 3 was not great. It wasn't what the first couple seasons were. I feel like they're back with.
I
this
don't know
season.
what back means for that show. It's just not for
It
me.
means it's good again.
No, it's just not for me.
All right, that's fine.
Give it another chance. Remember the promise of the first year and give it another chance.
Nah.
The acting is so good in this show.
I do like the actors. And I will say, like the
Lots
first
of
couple
cameos.
The first couple episodes were gripping.
Oh, so
I
good.
was into it. I'm like, I think I really like this show.
Yeah.
And then towards like the end of the first season, I'm like, all right, that's a good start off point. And then like I saw the first 4 episodes of season 2. I'm like, all right, so it's just the same thing.
So you never even got to the fishes episode in season 2? That's the Christmas episode.
What, they had a fish special?
7 fishes Christmas? You
Ooh.
never got to the Christmas
No,
episode?
no,
Oh my
I did it
god.
before that.
Why is it called the Bear?
That's a restaurant?
Well, and
his
the
nickname, right?
family is named Berzado.
Oh.
So
Like the rat.
all right.
Yeah,
Rathskeller.
I'm not. I apologize.
Rathskeller.
Art is
Yeah,
subjective. Those people actually, the actors do a really great job on that show, and a lot of people like it. I'm the weirdo.
I like it a lot.
You're fine.
But there's another show that just debuted last night, which I've been looking forward to. It's coming out, I guess, every single week, but a double episode premiere came out yesterday. And I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it really soon because me and my boys are looking forward to it. There's a new Alien.
Oh, dude, the reviews for this are sick.
Very, very high scores, right? Alien Earth.
I love the Alien franchise.
Me too.
I thought Romulus was my favorite movie
Romulus
last
is
year.
an excellent movie.
That was my favorite movie that came
That's
out
a
in
proper
theaters.
Alien movie.
That's
Alien
a great
Romulus.
Alien movie, and I ratcheted up expectations for this show.
This Alien Earth, I saw the IMDb scores. They're like in the 9s.
You
for
know
the
who's in
first
this
couple.
show?
Who?
Timothy Oliphant.
Oh yeah, he's got like white hair.
I love that dude. He's
Yeah.
really good. Who's the guy that he looks like?
Timothy Oliphant looks like another guy.
Yeah, Josh Duhamel.
No, that's who it is.
Yeah.
And they
but
both
this
get
guy's
kind of
got
confused
edge.
for each other.
You ever watch Justified?
No.
Goggins is in that one.
Yep. Is
I
Goggins in Alien Earth?
No, he would make a great android though.
Nah, that's too bad. Yeah, so no one has seen it yet. This Alien Earth, it just
So hold on,
premiered
explain to me.
yesterday.
So we've got the original Alien movie.
Yeah. Well,
right?
there's a bunch of them. Yeah.
But like there's the original one,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the other ones are playing off of this one. So like, where are we in the timeline of?
I don't know
Alien
because
World?
I haven't watched the show yet last night. But for instance, like Alien Romulus, which came out last year, takes place between Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, this is. But this TV series, in terms of timeline, second earliest on the timeline behind Prometheus, because Prometheus. Well, I guess Prometheus had a sequel, so those first two are first in the timeline. This happens before Ripley, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is it's not in the past; it's in our past, but it's in the future because the Alien universe.
Yes, it's in the cinematic timeline past, but in our future.
Yeah.
Here because it hasn't happened yet.
Do,
It's like in
do
the
you understand how time works, Billy?
I understand how time works. Usually there's a past and there's a future.
Yeah.
But this you're saying is both.
Yeah. Well, it's our past. The original Alien is our past because
Our
that movie came
human
out in the
past?
late 70s.
Yeah.
But it takes place in the future because it's in like the year 2300.
That's a problem, is that we're quickly getting to the future of the past. I mean, we are in the future of the past, but you know, we now are living in times that in cinema of yonder year, this was the future.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, kind of disappointing. We haven't really made as much of the future as they were anticipating.
Billy, I saw something on Instagram, like a tile, and I was on a gummy, and it just freaked me out.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
The universe already ended, and we're just living in its echo.
That's not what I saw.
Do you think that could be true?
Think about that.
Let my boy cook, dude.
What does that mean?
The universe has already ended.
Yeah.
But we're living in its echo.
No, I
it
feel
just
you.
hasn't reached us.
No, I
yet.
feel you, because when you see a star, that star has probably been dead for hundreds of millions of years, and we don't know it, and we're just seeing the light of it now from wherever it came from, and it's already dead.
Right? These are the things I think about when I'm on 10 milligrams.
No, but that doesn't. I don't understand.
The universe is already over, pal.
Yeah.
Billy,
Then
you understand how time works?
We'd be
Just
over if the universe was over.
No. It's like a plane going overhead.
Yeah.
You see it go overhead, and then a little bit later you hear the sound because the speed of sound.
Yeah, but I'm moving my hands, so I'm not dead.
Yeah, but you understand, like when they say, like, oh, that's like 200 million light years away.
Yeah, but the
Right.
star, you're just seeing it. I'm living this, so it's not. Someone could be seeing
You're
this
just living in
light
an
years
echo,
from
pal.
now.
You're in an
Someone could be
echo.
seeing it, but I'm still doing this. So someone will see this in light years.
You know how, like,
I'm presently still alive.
right, but you know how in disaster movies, like an asteroid hits the Earth,
Yeah.
right, and where it hits, like that spot gets blown up.
Yeah, they're dead.
And it takes like a couple minutes to catch up to like the other coast.
Yeah.
That's what's happening now.
But just extrapolate that over hundreds of millions of light years, or billions of light years, and the time.
No, but you
it
are
takes.
alive still. They will experience it in light years, but you're still alive right now.
Yes.
When they experience it, you might be dead, but you're still alive.
Oh, we're
Correct.
gonna live out our lives, hopefully, on this earth, despite the universe being dead.
Another concept of time that is undermauled is the fact that there really is no such thing as the present. Because what I'm saying right now is instantly in the past, and what I'm about to say is in the future. So the present, as we define it, the present is fleeting. It's gone. What I just said, the past. Now, the future. You know what I'm saying? There's no present.
No, there is a present in the present. It's just very short-lived.
What you just said is in the past.
Yes, but
Wow.
it was present when I said it.
Now it's in the past.
Are you guys on gummies now? What's going on?
I did go to Clips last night.
What is that? Is that a haircutting place?
No, it's basically
That'd be nice, though.
It's Oasis for, well, it's like Bloasis.
So to sum up, I'm not the only one excited for Alien Earth.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
You will not check it out.
course I will.
You're not a sci-fi guy.
I am
It's
just-
not
I
for
like
you.
it.
Look
no,
at all these
what a
amazing
lie.
things that we're creating, even though the universe is over.
Tony, best sci-fi movie?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
big
tough.
sci-fi guy. Yeah.
No, I mean,
so many to choose
there's
from.
There's a thousand movies. I don't
It's
know.
like Greg's
like the
love
ori-
for Taylor Swift.
The original Predator.
That's a great one.
It's a
Okay.
cruel
That's
summer,
Arnold.
Good
brother.
answer.
That's my favorite sci-fi movie too. I do like the Matrix.
Matrix is fun. I like the Matrix.
Good answer,
We
too.
could also be living in that, even though the universe is over.
We are.
This
Which
could all be a simulation.
Which pill did you take?
The 10 milligram one. I thought.
Hey! Did we, Dana White spoke yesterday, right?
I'm more confused than ever, pal.
So Dana White spoke yesterday. Greg, you know that there are all these new streaming deals that have been announced. We've been talking about it a lot here. ESPN and WWE, ESPN NFL, which, by the way, I saw yesterday someone said the ESPN NFL thing may not take place until 2027. Boy, way to get my hopes up. That's a couple years
But now we
away.
know where Red Zone is.
No, we don't. Where is Red Zone?
If it happens in 2027, Red Zone's going to be right in Hulu, right where we want it.
And then we also found out most recently that UFC has a deal with Paramount for $7.7 billion over 7 years.
Greg wrote a column on this.
Oh, did you?
I did in today's Miami Herald, if you want to take a look at it. Double the ESPN deal right now with UFC. I'm telling you, I don't particularly, no offense, Tony, I'm not a huge UFC fan. I don't particularly have much admiration for Dana White, but respect. This league, led by him, this sport, is taking over the world. It's global. It's global in a way that the NFL and NBA aspire to be. I mean, UFC's a monster.
But no offense, Tony.
No, you kind of made all my
No,
points
I know,
for
that's
me.
why you were like kind of praising it.
I did see Ariel Helwani, though, on. I think he was on with Bill Simmons, where he was kind of saying, like, well, this is going to be an interesting stretch for them with CBS and Paramount because in terms of, like, social, where they get aggregated, there's a lot of clips. ESPN's social reach combined across their platforms is over 300 million, where the Paramount and CBS is only, like, 30 million. So while they are getting a lot more money, is this going to be a thing where now they lose exposure, they lose it being out there? And then he was also comparing it to when ESPN lost NHL. What if ESPN just decides, you know what, now we're not going to cover UFC anymore? And then what happens to the sport if they don't have as much reach, and the largest, media entity covering sports just decides we're not going to cover it for the time being, like they did with hockey for a little bit.
Could that be possible? Do you think that could be the case, that ESPN will take a step back? Because
proof of concept, like Billy highlighted, they stop paying attention to hockey altogether.
Yeah, but I think the main difference of that, though, is there's still a major gambling aspect when it comes to UFC.
I think they'll send like maybe a personality or two to big time fights. I mean, big fights, and they'll break it down in a way that there was a model there for ESPN before they had the rights where they tried to pay attention to it, but it had to be a mega fight. And I think,
but the gambling was not as huge then.
That's a fair point, but they tend to just talk NFL, NBA. And if they have the rights, they'll use that programming to kind of pump people there. They did it. They use First Take a lot. Even with like their boxing, you'll all of a sudden see a boxing segment out of nowhere because they have the rights to push that. If they have no rights to it, they are not incentivized to it. And you may actually see a lot of that time that was dedicated to the UFC go to the other TKO property, WWE. But here's where I'm confused. We were told this is the end of the pay-per-view era.
Good.
You go behind this paywall.
Tired of that.
You go behind this paywall, you get everything, which is massive for the sport because
Big win.
You can kind of tangentially follow this sport now where I'm not going to spend, $60 some odd on
90,
every
$90.
Really? 90? Is it that much?
It's $79.99 plus tax ends up being $90.50.
I'm not gonna,
a guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that for every card. I've done that for maybe 4 cards a year. But now if it's coming with my Paramount Plus, I don't have to feel like, I got to be dialed into this. I got to watch this. It can go up on a second screen, and I can just pay attention there. I think it's going to be huge. No pay-per-views. That's amazing. That's a win for the consumer. Dana White came out yesterday and he said, not so fast, my friend, on the pay-per-view thing. He reserves the right to still do pay-per-view events. Can we figure this stuff out when we are announcing
It's
these
big
things?
fights, Mike. That's what you're going to be looking at.
But the big fights are supposed to. That's what the 7.7.
Yes.
That's what the money's for.
Yes.
I mean, they're getting $7.7 billion, and they still may have to charge us for pay-per-views.
Yes, but if you're talking about something so big, something so massive that you can charge $100, $120 for a pay-per-view setting, like July 4th, White House lawn, biggest card of all time, if they can put all these massive fights together, all of a sudden you're looking and being like, yeah, we're not going to hide that behind $13.99 at Paramount. We're going to charge $100 for it.
Better be Trump fighting
and
for
people
$100.
are gonna, and people are going to, they're going to buy it.
Better be.
It's got to be $17.76, not a penny more, not a penny less.
Who's Trump going to fight?
$1,700?
Is this going to be $250 for the anniversary?
Trump versus Greg Cody.
I don't like. And
I'd pay for that.
You saw this other thing?
Who wins?
There's an ESPN plus Fox team up streamer now too.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's different than the one that got shut down where it was Fox,
confusing.
ESPN, and
It's
HBO.
confusing, yeah.
What are we doing? What am I paying for? Stop announcing streamers that don't exist yet. I need proof of concept. What is this going to look like? How much? Stop scaring me. Stop scaring me into what I'm going to pay for. Why are these?
Mike, we're
going
to go back to the future. We're going back to the future. We're going to just get cable
Like
again.
Alien.
Like Alien, exactly.
Billy,
right.
you understand how time works?
Now you see it, right? We're going back to the future. Anyways, let's really quick about the Paramount thing. And I think Billy brought up an interesting point.
It's
where,
Ariel's. I stole it from Ariel.
Sure, but like the point that you made, that Ariel made, that you brought here to us right now. The $300 million across all platforms when it comes to social versus CBS's and Paramount's $30 million. UFC is in a very interesting point where they are probably the most social media friendly sport because of the instantaneous way and things happen, right? Knockout, submission, this, that. You don't need the buildup of an NFL play, an NBA play, a Major League Baseball play, soccer, this, that. It's like 6 seconds, boom, you're out, and you're going to get seen a million times over.
Right.
So I think what the UFC is doing is they're betting, saying, I think as a brand, socially, we're big enough that wherever we go, people are going to follow and people are going to go look at the things on those pages, right? I don't think ESPN is the end-all be-all when it comes to UFC or MMA social clips. They can put that out on their own stuff. CBS can do whatever they want, but it just feels like that's the bet they're making, is we're big enough where we can do it on our own, and it doesn't really matter.
And you know, this impresses me, too, about this deal, about UFC getting $1 billion a year deal, because it comes at a time when a public perception, and Ariel Helwani has said this, UFC is looking for its next big superstar. They're on a little bit of a lull right now.
I believe they found it.
Okay, but that's
Ilya Taporia.
They're good.
That's the
They just got
perception
$7
now.
billion.
I know, but that's faith in the brand. Like, even if they don't have all of the big superstars right now, that's faith in the brand. UFC is so big, so global, so prominent. Even if it's in a temporary lull, the faith in the brand is $7.7 billion. That's impressive.
And it's growing, right? Like you're not seeing all these American fighters becoming champions. You're seeing worldwide dominance from all over the globe, and people are falling in love.
They got a bunch of Arab fighters. My son loves the
big
Arab
one
fighters.
this weekend.